Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona akubona yini.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini labo ndoda? Ngifunani mfili wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu asekade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphinde ungicela asiphe nokudla. Lesi sithi
Ngathi lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Bataba ngibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Lasekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona akubona yini.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini labo ndoda? Ngifunani mfili wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu asekade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphinde ungicela asiphe nokudla. Lesi sithi
Ngathi lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Bataba ngibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Lasekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona akubona yini.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini labo ndoda? Ngifunani mfili wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu asekade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphinde ungicela asiphe nokudla. Lesi sithi
Ngathi lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Bataba ngibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Lasekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona akubona yini.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini labo doda? Nifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele asiphe nokudla.
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona. Akubona nje.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini labo doda? Nifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele asiphe nokudla.
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona. Akubona nje.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini labo doda? Nifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele asiphe nokudla.
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona. Akubona nje.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini labo doda? Nifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele esithanda ukudla.
Uthathe lo unayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini ingafuni ukumbona.
Bantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibantu amawethu.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba basibona. Akubona leli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Yini labo doda? Ngifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu asekade lesi sifo basengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele esithanda ukudla.
Uthathe lo unayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini ingafuni ukumbona.
Bantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibantu amawethu.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba basibona. Akubona leli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Yini labo doda? Ngifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu asekade lesi sifo basengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele esithanda ukudla.
Uthathe lo unayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini ingafuni ukumbona.
Bantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibantu amawethu.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba basibona. Akubona leli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Yini labo doda? Ngifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu lesi sifo basengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele esithanda ukudla.
Uthathe lo unayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini ingafuni ukumbona.
Bantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibantu amawethu.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa, kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona. Akekho naleli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Yini labo ndoda? Ngifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphendume Cele esithweni ngokudla.
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ngingafuni ukumbona.
Bataba ngibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa, kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona. Akekho naleli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Yini labo ndoda? Ngifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphendume Cele esithweni ngokudla.
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ngingafuni ukumbona.
Bataba ngibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa, kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona. Akekho naleli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Yini labo ndoda? Ngifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphendume Cele esithweni ngokudla.
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ngingafuni ukumbona.
Bataba ngibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambatha. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa, kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona. Akekho naleli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo. Uyabazi nomzima bokube intandane.
Ngisacela ucela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduke ucele esithweni ngokudla.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abantu. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazi ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazi ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba sibona. Ake kulaleli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Nifunani mzini wami?
Uyabazi nomzima bokube intandane.
Ngisacela ucela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduke ucele esithweni ngokudla.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abantu. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazi ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazi ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba sibona. Ake kulaleli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Nifunani mzini wami?
Uyabazi nomzima bokube intandane.
Ngisacela ucela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduke ucele esithweni ngokudla.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abantu. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani kama wena.
Uyabazi ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazi ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba sibona. Ake kulaleli.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Nifunani mzini wami?
Uyabazi nomzima bokube intandane.
Ngisacela ucela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduke ucele esithweni ngokudla.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba sibona. Akubona nini?
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini la madoda? Ngifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifo sengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele esithweni ngokuthi
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba sibona. Akubona nini?
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini la madoda? Ngifunani emzini wami?
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
mama, ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu aseqede lesi sifo sengiphethe. Uphenduke Cele esithweni ngokuthi
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha esibani wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa.
You are watching Global
Botanic Garden.
Sundays.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're here at Botanic Garden to do a photo shoot for a movie. It's Thembiso Sika Mama, so I'm just giving them a touch up to get ready to do the photo shoot. Here we go.
Oh, I'm on top of the world. Easy down. Baby, I'm on top of the world. Easy down. Put on my club and jagadule. Easy down. I'm feeling high.
Olwethu Cele isibongo ngwakachili ngidlala indawo kaMantulu kwisithembiso sikamama. I-photo shoot yeah, it went well. Bekumnandi kakhulu. Si-experience nje izinto eziningi. Siya-enjoya kumnandi kakhulu and le movie izophuma soon. Ngicela niyibuke ngeke nize niyisole.
Sanibonani uchwepheshe lo wakakhumani. Lapha kusithembiso samama ngubaba uMkhize. Isambo. Ngicabanga ukuthi lapha yana kunesifundo esiningi kakhulu. Ikakhulukazi esimeni senhlalo esiphila phansi kwayo. Angibingelele. Igama lami ngumuzi wendoda wakadlala. Ngikhule bengibiza ngomabheketwane. Kodwa ke
Ay, bathi khuluma nawo mfana batshatsi khamba kanjani ulungani kwala lo aka umfana kaShokolate Kid Leo. Ay, bengithi ngifuna ukuyishayela izandla manje ngathi hayi izandla zami azizwakali. I don't know if ngiyazwakala on the other side, but I'm just going to open YouTube and check if everything is going well before I introduce my panelists and also I introduce the guest of today. So I would like to say I'm really sorry about today. Era namhlanje ngathi ngizobe ngishaya ngesizulu nje awuthi ngeke ngehlisa umoya kancane ngeke ngishaya nje ngesizulu ngikhuleke ngithi ngizothanda ukuxolisa kakhulu ngokwenzakalile namhlanje ukuthi sidelay kancane. Sinenkinga ye network ngale eSouth Africa at the same time sinenkinga lentuza ye microphone. That's why ngifuna ukuchecka ngapha kumina ukuthi microphone iyezwakala yini. Yes, let me see ukuthi iyezwakala yini. Ngasezwakala ngasesikhona bathi khuluma nabafana bathi thina kanjani ngani kwalise fikile. Okay, let me introduce Miss Classic all the way from Durban, South Africa. Hamba laphana no Mr. Laden all the way from the United States. Guys, welcome to the show. Yeah, I know.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. I know you go for it, Miss Classic. You go for it. Go for it.
Okay. Welcome back, my TGS people. This is your one and only Queen of Global Sundays. Ubongiwe Msomi wasesinqawunqawini, but okwamanje ngihleli esikebheni eMatabetule eNanda. So yeah, I'm a radio presenter, I'm a motivational speaker, I'm an educator from Impilo. I'm also a singer. So I'm gonna be happy to have you here. So just share the page and tune in and enjoy our show today. Over to you, Mr. Ken.
Well, thank you, Ms. Classic, and welcome everybody out there around the world watching this show. We really, really appreciate the kind of unity that we're developing with this show. Mangani's vision of sharing, particularly the arts, and the impact of arts around the world is just such a good thing in these days. And I'm happy to be here. Our heat wave is finally over, thank goodness. Of course, now it's raining a lot, but it's never perfect. We're very, very excited about our guest today. I am an author, and we have a fellow author, and I'm always in solidarity with the writers, with the people telling the stories, and people who are recording our times now for all of the future historians. Everything that we publish becomes part of the history of the human race.
Wow. So
yes,
I know we are very late, but I just want to ask each of you, how was your week?
My week was good, but it was tough. But I've learned a lot through it being tough. I made some errors, but I've learned from them. So I should write a story about my week, actually. So yeah, so my weakness became my strength this week. So I hope everything's gonna go well. But then we have something here in South Africa. We are busy with elections with the IEC. So people are registering to have special votes and to vote. Votings are coming for a new president
Oh, wow.
of the country. So things are happening in South Africa, and I'm one of the people that are working for IEC this year as well again. So we're looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to my event on the 17th of July. So yeah, that's all for me for this week. Over to you, Mr. Ken.
Well, this week I've been traveling this week. I have a family medical emergency that's going on, and so it's been a week that I have not been doing my normal things. I've spent a lot of time with family, and just returned a couple of days ago here. And I am keenly aware of what's going on in South Africa with the new election. And there's part of the segment of the news is about the arrest of the former president, or the former prime minister. Also, I'm looking very, very carefully. You know, we're about to reopen the Margot Fontein Academy of Ballet, and we've got locations on 5 continents, and it's been closed. You know, it's been closed for a long time now. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm watching very carefully this Delta variant of the COVID, because it could go back again. You know, and I'm also very, very concerned that the G7 follow through on their promise to provide 1 billion vaccines to the poorer countries of the world. You know, any one of us is part of all of us. And so just because a nation is rich does not mean that they get to live and the poor have to die. And so I'm very, very much aware of that. So for me, this week is a serious week. And that doesn't mean that my sense of humor is gone. It just means that I am really wanting to focus and make sure every single thing that I do is for the best, and it will have the best result for the long run. And that's sort of where I am this week. So I'm the downer of the group. I'm the party pooper. But back to you guys. How about you, Lugani? How was your week?
Well, my week was busy. It was hectic. There is something that is very private that I'm busy with. Yeah, so last week I was working a lot with the kids. I was teaching the kids. It was a boot camp. It was really fun. You know, we did. So what's interesting is that last year, the same time as last week when I was teaching the kids, last year, no, not last year, 5 years ago, I was here in America teaching the kids again. I was actually teaching African warrior dance in Dlamu 5 years ago. Same day on the 28th, last week, I was also teaching the kids, and I was teaching them in Dlamu African warrior dance, which, you know, I dedicated it to King Shaka Zulu. You know,
wow.
So that was really amazing. It was tiring because obviously I haven't taught in a long time. I've been indoors. It's been COVID and etc. But it was such an amazing experience. So yeah, that's what has been happening.
Interesting. I saw your vendor dance. Oh, it's Guyana dance that we're doing there.
Yes, it was Tonga. It was Tonga dance.
Interesting. Yeah,
it was Tonga dance.
It's nice.
Well, I learned Tonga dance from, you know, going out with Tongas. They would take me to their parties because I would, you know, gel with everyone that I hang out with, and they were like, "Hey, you're so cool." And unfortunately, they were saying, "You're not like other Zulus. You know, Zulus, they don't like other tribes. You know, they just wanna, you know, if you can't speak Zulu, yeah, they're picky. If you can't speak Zulu, you know, they're gonna mock you and stuff like that." I was like, no, maybe you have met wrong Zulus, or I mean, you have met Zulus that have been through the same thing and they're trying to punch back or something like that. But you know, Zulus are very cool. They're very cool. I know. You can agree. By the way, Mr. Ken Laden is also Zulu, so he can agree on that.
Well, I can agree. I'm very cool. of course, I'm the only one that thinks that. But yeah, my Zulu name is Mandla Shezi.
Yes, I was about to ask you.
No, come again.
Mandla
Slowly.
Shezi. Mandla
Mandla.
Shezi.
So that means your name is Mandla.
Yes.
And your surname is Shezi.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the praise, the name for Shezi? For your surname?
Well, he knows, but just because there's not enough time, he's not gonna say.
Okay, you're safe for now, Mr. Ken.
Okay.
He
So well,
definitely knows.
I know what I've learned and what I've been told.
Right.
But
Nice.
that was told to me by my brother Shezi, and you know he likes to tell stories. So who knows?
Yeah, don't worry. There's someone here who can tell stories.
Okay, well, we'll do it. We'll do an episode on that one of these days.
Right.
Mm.
Maybe let's just check
Yeah.
on what's going on the entertainment news, and then
Okay.
when we come back, we'll talk to our guest for today, Olwethu Cele.
Ndosi.
Yes, so today on the entertainment news, obviously, it's something that I did not mention. I didn't want to mention it because I wanted to mention it on the entertainment news. So I am working on a series that is called No Sight, which will be released very soon. And it's going to engage a lot of people from all around the world. I will be getting in contact actually with the abantu abafuna ukuba part of the series le engisebenzela kuyona. I will be playing a trailer yakhona, very short, like 30 seconds trailer. And then also I'll be playing also a live performance from our previous guest. And then yeah, we'll be chatting to our guest for today. So the series is a horror series, and if you're watching and you love acting and you'd like to be part of it, please contact me. Send me an email. It's leo.gwala@gmail.com. Then sizobona ukuthi silungisa kanjani indaba yokuthi ube part of it. I mean, it's going to be visual, obviously, and you have to own a good camera, and you have to be a good actor. If you're not a good actor, it's fine. I can teach you how to act. Nami, I learned along the way. So yeah, it would be really nice to teach other people out there who would like to learn. Let's have a look at the trailer, and then we come back to chat more about the trailer, and then we play a video from one of our previous guests. Enjoy this trailer. I'll see you when we come back.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't getting audio.
Yes, that was the trailer. That was the trailer. And I believe we could hear your voices talking and saying, "Oh, we cannot hear, we cannot hear." But yeah, I hope the viewers at home were able to see the trailer without me. So yeah, that's the trailer. And if you want to be part of it, please do send me an email, leo.gwala@gmail.com. It would really be amazing to have a lot of different people from all around the world, being part of this. And I can explain that later with and how will you be part of this. So yeah, it's really amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah, maybe let's have a little chat gancane before we play the next video. What do you think? What do you guys think about the video that I just played? I'll just turn on your audio, but I know you're not gonna show. What do you guys think?
Miss Classic?
Interesting. I just saw a bit of it. But me and horrors are, but then I'm happy that I didn't see the whole thing because I'm a very, I don't sleep at night if I see, scary things. So that's my weakness. But it's interesting to see you doing such wonderful work and exploring. And now you're becoming a man of many talents. I'm proud of you. I can say big up to you, Jay, for the work that you're doing. Just press on and never look back.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
I think it's a very good idea. In our current day, one of the things about horror films and why they're so popular is because in our current society, we don't get to exercise our hunter, stalker, part of our nature as human beings. We don't face physical challenges like it's designed by nature. We don't have mortal challenges where you become hyper aware of everything around you because you're hunting an animal that could turn around and kill you. This is part of our human heritage. And so when we are in a horror film, all of those things come up, our fight and flight instincts, our screaming, our sense of, the adrenaline pumping and all of that stuff. It's healthy for us to do that. And also in our current world, so often the very thing we are supposed to be and should be afraid of, like an irresponsible government, a corporation that is just stealing our money, for senselessly, for no reason. All of those things, we should be afraid, but they're presented to us through marketing and PR professionals, so they seem friendly, they seem nice, they seem cool, and we need to wake up. We need to be able to heighten our awareness of what is a threat and how we respond to a threat and get used to being afraid so that even when we're afraid, we can be courageous and go forward. That being afraid is not something unusual and that knocks us off. I think that women have far more going for them actually in terms of this than men, because women face things like childbirth, and it's not the childbirth. I mean, yes, that is a huge physical event, but it is that moment that the baby is brand new and there's the connection between the baby and the mother, and that baby is so vulnerable. That is when the mother becomes fierce, absolutely protective. Anything that would at all threaten that baby, she will be the fiercest force of nature. And we men, unless we play a sport or go hunting, we don't ever feel that nowadays, and so anyway, I think that going into the horror genre is very good. Also, I believe that for anybody who is in the public eye, as all of we are, and we've been in the public eye for a long time, we have a responsibility to do projects that are going to move society forward, that are going to help people, that are going to give them the kinds of experiences that the world doesn't provide us now, that we need to be healthy and whole. So sorry for the long answer, but I'm very inspired, and I will send in my video audition, and what I will do is I will just show me getting out of the shower, and that is so terrifying and horrible. No one will ever sleep again. I made a vow when I became 40 that no one would ever see me without a shirt or in short pants again, but for a horror film, I'll do it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think we are just going to take a short break, play in a trailer from a movie Olwethu, just to welcome her. And then after the trailer, we are going to have her on the panel. And Mr. Laden, we'll see you soon for the news.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You are watching Global Sundays.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa nilala nje.
Yini lapho George? Ngifuna emzini wami.
Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama. Ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu. Asekade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphinde ungicela. Asiphe nokudla. Lesi sithi incane ukuthi.
Uthathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Asekela lapha explain kama wena.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba sibona. Akubona yini.
Wow. That was beautiful. Let us welcome our guest for today, Olwethu Cele. Olwethu Cele, welcome to the Global Sunday Show. Siyakwamukela ndodakazi.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi ngamkele.
Mhlambe ke nje mungazi introducer before uMiss Classic akwamukele. Mhlambe mungazi introducer nje kubantu ababukelayo ekhaya. Singathi ubani uOlwethu?
Igama lami nguOlwethu Cele Sibongo, ngazalelwa endaweni yaseNdwedwe, eThafamasi, ngakhulela khona. Ngiyimbongi, ngiphinde ngibe umbhali, script writer. Yenza umatric this year eGugulabasha Secondary School. Yeah, that is me.
Wow.
Miss Classic.
Wow. This is lovely. Welcome to our studio, Olwethu Ndosi. Wasentuzuma in South Africa. We would like to welcome you formally and to appreciate and celebrate your talent. Ukuba umbhali, uphinde ube imbongi, because you can tell stories better than some of us can, you know. So we are ukuxoxa about a lot of things that people are going through. Abadlula kuzona, abahlulekayo ukuxoxa ngazo, but when you do it in poets, and when you write it down and people are reading, then it releases depression, and they will hear. So I would like to just formally welcome you on our studio and to say we are proud to have you here. All right. But then without wasting more of the time, because in South Africa, abantu bayalala manje. Angithi. Yabo malume babhekile ukuthi hayibo. Nasi isikhathi sidiwa ingcanga.
Isikhathi singombe ngalapho ngiyazi ukuthi sidelayile.
So we're going to just go to our first interesting topic to know ukuthi njengoba uzowafika la okhona manje. Ngabe ubani obukela kuyena who inspires you? Ubani obukela kuyena ukuze ubone ukuthi lento ngempela iphupho lakho or ikhono lakho lizokwenzeka and liyenzeka. Umuntu engibukele kuyena uKhiboni imbongi yosiba, ubhuti ngathini usonkondle naye aphinde abe umbhali. So indlela abenza ngayo nangendlela abekhombisa ukuthi akana mahloni ongangokuthi angenza noma yini ukuze iphupho lakhe liqhubekele phambili. So nami I thought, why mina ngivalele ekhoneni? Why ngingenzi njengaye? Yini mina engangihlula ukuthi ngiveze ikhono lami
njengesithunywa sokukhanya ngithumela ukukhanya emhlabeni. So kahle kahle uKiboni nje imbongi yosiba okuwumuntu ongenza ukuthi ngigcine ngila ngikhona.
Wow, so we would like to send a shout out to Kiboni, wherever he is. I wish I could see his face right now next to you and just send a formal shout out and pick up to him for being a motivator and being a mentor as a young star.
Yes, a great one and a great mentor.
Yeah, so well done to that. And abantu abaningi abangangawe, they lose self-esteem. So we thank you so much for believing in your potential. Eboniwe nawe wayidiscover and wayiqhenya ngayo, wangafihla isibani ngaphansi kwetafula, but wafisa ukuthi sibonwe izwe lonke, even internationally. Okay.
That's very powerful.
Yeah,
that's very powerful, Miss Classic. I'm glad that you mentioned that. I do have a question though. Njengombhali, i-routine yakho imi kanjani? Mozobhala wenze njani? Yiziphi izinto oqala uzenze mofuna ukubhala? Ngoba ngiyazi, nami ngike ngazama ukubhala ama-movies ambalwa, amanye awo kwimanje ngakawaqedi ukuwabhala. So yiphi routine yakho oyisebenzisayo ukubhala?
Before kade ngingenayo routine. Mina esikhathini ngivamise ukuthi mengizobhala ngidinga i-peace, like kuthuleke kungabi nomsindo. And then before ngibhale ngiyathandaza ngoba umuntu owangifaka ey'nkondlweni noma owangifaka ekubhaleni bangitshela ukuthi inkondlo noma umbhalo awunawo amandla aphelele uma ungakhulekanga noma ungamemanga umdali ukuthi akulekelele. So wathi kumina wena uyisithunywa sokukhanya, so umdali owakuthumela ukuthi uzoletha ukukhanya ukuze ukwazi-ke ukuletha ukukhanya ngembhalo yakho nangey'nkondlo zakho. Kubalulekile ukuthi manje ubhale noma wenze into ethize uguqe phansi ubize uNkulunkulu.
Very interesting, very, very interesting. We are so excited to have such a young star in SA, South Africa, in our show, which is our TGS, Sunday Global Sundays, all the way from USA, Arizona, to just raise a flag, ukuthi, ukuthi isiqalo nesiphetho, it's God, the creator. So I would like to acknowledge you for putting God first, because we are very isiqalo sempilo zethu, yabona, in all art forms. Actually, ukuze ibe clean fanele sibeke naphambili. So thank you so much for highlighting that to us and to our viewers at home. And
that's true.
Someone or something who will help you, to become who you are right now. Is there ukhona umuntu mhlawumbe okusizayo? Besiyazi ukuthi vele ukhona uKhuboni, beside uKhuboni oyimento, oyimotivator kuwe. Ukhona omunye umuntu okusizayo to become who you are, or lokho sukubhala okusizayo kumbhalo wakho sukuwenza mhlawumbe usebenzisana nabo?
Yeah, ukhona ubaba wami. Ubaba every time uma ngibhale inkondlo unginikeza lelo thuba lelo lokuthi angilalele. He's a good listener. Uyakwazi ukuthi uma ngifika nomsebenzi thize inkondlo noma i-story angilalele, angiphe indlebe ngimthulele lokho engisuke ngikubhalile. Then abe nama-questions ebuza mayelana nokuthi yini inhloso yokuthi ngibhale lento le, and uma ngibuka izokwazi ukuhamba emagameni egama lami njengesithunywa sokukhanya, izokwazi ukuthumela ukukhanya kulabantu abazobe bengilalele ngenkathi ngihaya noma the time ngibaxoxela istory noma abantu abazo-actor leyo nto engiyibhalile bazokwazi uku-adopta kuma-characters lawa enginawo mina. Yeah.
That's
interesting, Lungani.
Wow, that's really amazing. No, kuyangi-inspire nami Miss Classic ukubona umuntu osemncane ekhuluma kanje engayikhulumeli esayidini lakhe kuphela, but ekhulumela esayidini lokuthi ufuna uku-inspire abanye abantu ababukelayo methi abantu uyangichaza ngoba akacacisi ukuthi ene abantu abadala noma abantu abancane uthe nje abantu which is really amazing. Angazi noma bufuna ukuphawula ni lokho Miss Classic noma sivele sidlule phambili sekuyindaba with Mr. Ken Laden. Angazi noma Mr. Ken Laden, you ready for the news?
No, I think it was a profound information that we received just now. So we can just tune into the news.
Okay.
Ken Laden.
We're going to go to the news, and when we come back, we talk some more with the guest here too, Olwethu Cele. If you do have some questions, please drop the questions below. Or if you have some comments, just to know, in the studio, please do drop a comment below. You can comment on YouTube. I can see here people are asking if they can be able to comment. Yes, you can be able to comment. If you can't comment, please go on our Facebook. You will be able to comment, because I think on YouTube it's made for kids. They're restricting our comments so people won't say whatever they want. So this show for today, it is made for kids. Kids can watch. It's not like the other shows that we normally have. But let's go to the news with Mr. Laden. Mr. Laden, please take over.
Welcome to Global Sunday News. Today is July 4th, 2021. Reporting for GSN, I'm Kenneth Ludden. Our first news segment comes from ABC News in America, covering very few topics, but very important ones. Watch this.
Hurricane Elsa barreled earlier today with punishing winds. The storm lashed the island in the Lesser Antilles and is now making its way across the Caribbean Sea. And the cone of uncertainty in coming days brings it close to Florida near the end of the holiday weekend. Everyone wants to know where it will go. Some good news right now, though. The storm continues to nudge further west, away from those condo collapse rescue efforts. But if you are anywhere along the Gulf Coast to the eastern seaboard, you need to pay attention. Officials in South Florida telling residents, have your storm essentials ready no later than Sunday. Rob Marciano is joining us now. Rob, we know the storm is days away. The forecast is far from certain. But what can you tell us at this moment?
Well, I think folks in Florida should be prepared for sure. That peninsula is going to be impacted one way or the other. But you're right, there's a lot of uncertainty in this forecast right now. Hurricane Hunter aircraft were in there this afternoon. We'll go in again tonight, and they found that the winds were stronger. So already it's surprising a little bit. 85-mile-per-hour winds. You'll see it on the satellite picture here. It's getting a little bit better organized there in the eastern Caribbean. It's moving very quickly at about 30 miles per hour. So it's going to be racing off to the west. And because of that, they've posted now hurricane warnings for the DR, Haiti, and Jamaica, and a hurricane watch is posted for eastern Cuba. Expected to remain a Category 1 storm over the next 2 days, over this weekend, and then hitting Cuba as a hurricane Sunday night. The mountains of Cuba and the land will probably weaken it some, back to tropical storm status, then getting into the Gulf of Mexico on Monday, impacting the Florida Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday. And then there's that cone of uncertainty. So we got some wiggle room there. We've got a little bit more confidence in that our computer models tonight are a little bit closer together along that track just west of Florida. But there's still a lot of uncertainty in both the track and how strong this thing is going to be come Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, really. So folks in Florida and really the Southeast, as you mentioned, are going to want to be prepared for this. It may make a run all the way up the East Coast, as a matter of fact. So this could be a high-impact event across a wide area. Kira?
We'll track it all with you. Rob Marciano, thanks.
You bet.
And officials in South Florida are closely monitoring Elsa. They say the storm could disrupt the ongoing search efforts at the site of that tragic condo collapse. We're learning all this as we continue to learn more about the victims within that building. Today, we learned the remains of a 7-year-old girl were discovered, a little girl that just happened to be the daughter of one of the first responders working on the site. Trevor Olt has the heart-wrenching details.
Tonight, another heart-wrenching twist from the rubble of the Surfside condo collapse. Rescue workers recovering the body of a 7-year-old girl, the daughter of a firefighter on scene.
It's very difficult, and last night was even more, when we're removing a fellow firefighter's daughter. And that's just where I want to emphasize the emotion. But it still takes a toll.
The girl's father has been helping with search and rescue efforts since the building came down. We're told he placed a small American flag next to her body, taking off his firefighter's jacket and draping it over her as she was carried out through 2 single-file lines of first responders.
It goes without saying that every night since this last Wednesday has been immensely difficult for everybody, and particularly the families that have been impacted. But last night was uniquely different. It was truly different and more difficult for our first responders.
Overnight, medical examiners' vehicles on hand. Late this afternoon, the death toll rising to 22. The search and rescue operation now back at full speed after a 15-hour shutdown Thursday, 126 people still unaccounted for. Florida officials now also monitoring Hurricane Elsa. The possibility strong winds and rain could force them to suspend their search in the coming days.
Based on the latest advisory, Hurricane Elsa continues to strengthen. The Miami-Dade County Office of Emergency Management will monitor the storm as it quickly moves towards South Florida.
Officials now planning to demolish the remainder of the building because of fears it too could collapse.
Just an unimaginable loss. Trevor Olwethu joining me now. Trevor, there's some new information, I understand, about a nearby building to where you are standing. What are you hearing?
Well, Kira, as you can imagine, a lot of buildings in this area are being really closely examined, and news broke just a few moments ago that an evacuation has reportedly been ordered at a condominium building in North Miami Beach, not far from here, after an inspection reportedly found that building is unsafe. Kira?
All right, we'll continue to follow all the details throughout the weekend for sure. Trevor Olwethu, thanks so much. Now joining us once again this week for more insight into the ongoing search and rescue efforts is Certified Emergency Manager Dr. Michael Fagel. Michael, I know you've been telling us that 8 to 12 days is as far out as first responders have to find survivors. Sadly, no news of survivors under that rubble yet. So what do you think? Is this search and rescue mission going to have to end soon?
Eventually, the command staff will make a joint decision collaboratively that there may be no further ability to do any work while the building is in such a state of disrepair. They're going to have to deconstruct the building from a safety standpoint so the rescuers can still continue to search. But collaboratively, engineers, fire rescue, tactical rescue will all be making a joint decision that may not be what people want to hear, but it may be the only thing they really should hear.
Well, something that was really hard to hear today, Michael, this story that's already, so tough to talk about. Now we've learned of a firefighter being on the site as the remains of his 7-year-old daughter was discovered in the rubble. Just an unimaginable loss for that father. First responders, they see a lot, but for this dad, this mission becomes personal. How do you help him work through something like this?
There are no words of wisdom I can offer. People will try to console the family members. That firefighters are a very tough, resilient crowd of people. But remember, we're still people. We're still people that hurt and ache. And the people we're working for, the citizens who expect us to do 200%, which we always do, we don't know when that's going to stop. And my advice to the rescue teams, the people there, the public works people, all the officials, dispatch, you name it. Eventually, this will come to its next level of conclusion. And at that point, when you're able to take a breath, your head will hurt, your heart will hurt, and your soul will hurt. And you have to understand that you're human. Please, please, please don't do all these elements by yourself. Your family members know what you're going through, and you're going to have to take a moment to take care of yourselves after you've exhausted every potential possibility of rescue, because these folks are working 200 miles an hour, 200%, but there will be a time, it will come, when you're going to have to stand down, and nobody wants to stand down. But mental health will be an issue for years to come. Physical health will be an issue for years to come. Please don't ignore those signs. Don't do that.
Let's talk about the physical health. Since you mentioned it, you yourself have lingering health issues from the 9/11 site. Has there been any protocol changes since 9/11 when it comes to protecting first responders' lungs and bodies while working in a disaster zone, one like we're seeing every day now?
Safety equipment has evolved. Personal protective equipment has increased tenfold or more since 2001 when we were at World Trade. In 95, when we were at Oklahoma City bombing, things have gotten much better. But the key is that we have to monitor the health of the response community, and that's the public works, the mayor, everybody out there, all the officials who are there from 50 different agencies. Every one of those people have an exposure. They may not know it right this moment, but they've got to be cognizant of how it's going to affect them mentally and physically. And don't say it's not going to happen to me because I work for the XYZ department. It will happen. Be cognizant of that, because if you ignore it, it may get, far, far worse. I have colleagues at New York City Fire that ignored everything and they perished. I lost a kidney and lung function due to World Trade. I didn't learn it till 10 years later. But every single day, knock on wood, I am able to do what we do today and do these things. The people have to understand that they are human, and don't ignore that. Don't ignore those signs, because if you do, it will not go well for you.
And a lot of times you don't think about that because you're just trying to save lives and do the right thing. Michael, one of our producers found these images of rescue workers there on the scene without masks. Is that a good idea? Because as I listen to you and then also know what you've been through and just the toxicity that can be in the air, both outside and underground, could something as simple as wearing a mask help protect these men and women who are working this scene?
Absolutely. Please wear your equipment. We as safety people, safety officers, try to identify what the risks are at that facility, and we tell people what they need. But occasionally people will say, I'm too busy, it's uncomfortable, and I get that. I wore all my gear while on scene and I still got ill. I don't want anybody else to get sick. I want them to learn from our past events. I want them to learn that it's okay to wear a mask. It's okay to wear an air pack. It's okay to wear personal protective equipment. Because if you do that, you increase your chances of survivability. And that's the thing that people, you see right there in the pile, you see the photographs, you'll see people with and without masks. Oh, I don't need that. I'm tough. I'm a whatever. No, you've got to understand your humanity, and be they a construction worker, a person driving a dump truck, any of these people have the same exposures. The people in the pile, of course, the people underground, of course, have a deeper exposure, but don't take those chances. Don't drive without your seatbelt. Use the tools that we give you and understand that it's okay to wear a mask. It's okay to use PPE. Personal protective equipment can save your life. Maybe not today, but in 5 years, in 10 years. That's critical.
And coming from you, you've got the testimony. Well, finally, there's a hurricane on the way, and although it may not hit South Florida directly, it could cause more rain, Michael. So how is that going to complicate what's happening right now at the site?
It will make the site obviously more slippery, but it will also blow debris around. Debris, 10 miles, 20 miles an hour. As you saw in some of those photographs, there was a beam that had moved 6 to 12 inches. That material could be being held into place by a thread, a wire, a cable, a rebar, or just lodged there. And we had those at Oak Bomb, we had those at World Trade. Understand that the engineering staff, in collaboration and cooperation with the technical rescue team, the fire chief, the unified command, are making decisions to save lives of the rescue people, to not endanger anybody any further, because it's risk and reward. And we'd never, ever want to say we stop doing rescue. But there comes a time in high winds or building shifting that it may have to be curtailed temporarily. But Nobody ever wants to stop. Nobody ever wants to leave these people, these family members, these moms and dads and sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles alone. They want to get everyone in the best way they can. But occasionally, that may not be what can really happen. With the hurricane or the gale force winds, whatever may be coming in, that may make it too dangerous at that moment. And it may shift things depending on how the weather hits. It may make things even more dangerous, and sadly,
right,
the rescue teams don't want to stop.
Dr. Michael Fagel, thank you not just for your passion, but your compassion as well. We always appreciate your expertise. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Since this segment was broadcast and was recorded, there has been some development with the storm. Hurricane Elsa is traveling farther and farther to the west, so it is less likely to impact the rescue site of the collapsed condominium. We will keep you up with the latest news. And now we're going to go to a video by Smooth G. We'll see you on the other side of the video.
You are watching Global Sundays.
Yeah, Smooth G, the real G. Yellow, 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 yellow. She's all my girl, a very pretty girl, my baby girl. Can I be your man? Not gonna be that dumb from Guyana you used to date. Me and me gangs, I'm cool and collected, and I know how to treat a lady. Yo, you the reason why it's Smooth G got switch up the flow. Never baby girl, Josie girl, Mushaya, ding dong. No, I got a panda more. I'm gonna buy you the wall. Let's forget about them more. Talking about them. Oh, don't got girl, baby boy, same in the road, chillin' popo. Never give a F about it, popo. You and I, Namela, N1, go fella, yo, butcher. Is N1, go fella, yo, butcher. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. But I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong. But I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. But I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong. Show my Josie, show my Josie. When I'm barum popi, I'm clagging a Josie. Maybe the gago posy. Fika kasi tore tu nyana gaha boysy. Show my Josie. When I'm tira koti. Every time when I see your face on my TV screen, I go crazy. Even my woman kakunali kwala when I write a song about you, baby. But it's too late. The song is done and it's too late. Smooth G, the real G, and you wanna be a G lady. Maya was on board, maybe sing like Jordan, was on board. Maya was on board, maybe sing like Jordan. Join your West and Nandini, on the West and McCool. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. But I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong. But I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. But I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong. But I'm shy, ding dong. I'm shy, ding dong.
Yes, that was Show My Josie by Smooth G. Reading the news for us, that was Mr. Laden. He's going to be joining us back later on the show. But let's just welcome back Intokazi la. Welcome back Intokazi la. Olwethu, welcome back to the Global Sunday Show.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
So nginombuzo la Olwethu engifisa ukubuza wona. Ngiyazi ukuthi mina you know mengisebenzela kwinto entsha kunabantu engibakhombisayo, you know, ukuthi hey, you know, mhlambe, you know, ngiqhwebe Miss Classic lapha yana ngibabuze ngithi hey Miss Classic manje ucabangani ngalento le engiqhamuka nayo before ngize ngiyibeke lapha ya in the public kubanye abantu. So wena ubani umuntu oqala omkhombisayo umsebenzi wakho mhlambe mase usuqedile ubani umuntu ovele uye kuyena ufika uzomkhombisa ukuthi hey na umsebenzi sengikwenzile unjani and uzizwa kanjani mowenza leyo nto leyo?
Umsebenzi wami njalo mase ngiqedile ngiye we captured it Malume Nkoseni ahlale nami phansi sibonisane correct lapha rongise lapha ngizizwa ngijabule because isikhathi esiningi uhleze ngisupport like akazi athi udodile ubhalile yabo we captured it team crew yonke nje uma ngifena umsebenzi ayikazi yathi ngesikwazi ukusebenza phezulu kwalento angazi ngachaza kanjani kodwa nje ngihlezi ngihappy uma ngibatshengisa umsebenzi wami because bahlezi bezizwa ukwamkela ngezandla ezimhlophe.
Wow. You know, kuyathusa yazi because it's very rare ukuthola ukuthi umndeni the family supports art imbono yethu ama skills ethu amakhono ethu because in such a way that youth in South Africa even when they're applying in the universities in tertiary institutions they finding it hard for them to get a support from parents from omalume abanjengomalume Nkoseni to support iphupho labo yabona. So I would just really ngimbonge ngimncome umalume for being umalume ohlukile kunabanye, you know, for being umalume responsible indoda ngempela not umfana indoda responsible around a child, a young child, yabona. And then also it causes depression ey'ngane ezizibulalayo in South Africa eziningi neziphelele emgaqweni. It's because of a lack of support from imindeni yethu. The lack of support from our families is causes ukuthi iy'ngane lose direction in their talent and even in interest of growing talent elokubhala ele-poetry elokucula elokudansa, you know. So really we need omalume Nkoseni abaningi in South Africa and globally. We need a lot of uncles who are like your uncle in the whole world, you know. So without
usaphawula nje lapho nje usaphawula nje lapho nje Miss Classic you know kubalekile ukuthi abantu abenza into ezinhle sibaphakamise, you know. So yeah, I would like also to say to umalume malume Nkoseni Mr. Producer lapho thank you so much for playing a role. Uyaphendula nayo khona.
Mina ngcono ngimbonile Lu. I had a chance to meet him.
Oh wow, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, siyabaphakamisa umalume manje ngoNkoseni and yeah, we wish him all the best with career yakhe. Nako kunye nje ekuseceleni akwenzayo mhlambe ke izovela ithuba lokuthi sike sikhulume naye mhlambe kancane nje at the end of the show asifuna ukuthi sithathe ithuba la Olwethu silinikeze umalume. Yeah. But yeah, yes, please go for it, Miss Classic. Please go for it.
No, I wanted to know sis Olwethu undosi omuhle. Umthombo wolwazi ukuthi mhlambe ukavuke inekuseni nje uke wavuka ekuseni unganawo umbono an idea ukuthi uzobhala ngani because abanye benu bayaphupha ngithi bavuka ekuseni babhala izitori so ukuvuka ekuseni ungazi ukuthi uzobhala ngani.
That's a good question.
Eqinisweni yakuyenzeka uma ngisavuka ekuseni kodwa showcase usuku alikaze alipheli usuku. Alipheli usuku kungafikanga something engingabhala ngayo. Ngoba kahle angidingi ukuthi ngize ngibone into enkulu ukuze ngibhale. Yonke into indlela indlela izinto ezenzeka ngakhona manje ngihlalile kakhulu nogogo wami ngixoxela iy'tori zakudala, so ngihlezi ngizobona umehluko, ngihlezi ngizobhala ngalezo zinto lezo, comparing the past and the present. So hlezi kuzoba khona something, alipheli usuku.
So uxoxele kakhulu gogo iy'nganekwane nephicaphichwane.
No, hayi inganekwane kahle kahle, kodwa indlela ayephila ngayo noma ababephila ngayo ekuqaleni. For example, uma wawugula bona uthi uma begula babe ne-option eyi-1 noma awu-2, iboza nokuchatha nokuphalaza. But now mina mengakhohlela manje ngizogijimisa dokotela and stuff. So lowo mehluko lo omncane ingabhala inkondlo noma istory ngalowo mehluko lo. So that's why ngithi alipheli usuku.
Wow, interesting. Yazi uma ukhuluma eboza ke nokuchatha, ngikhumbula istory lo lesi sasisibhalo uSisimuthwa in the story, a novel story, I think. Yeah, it's a book that she author yayo eyayikhuluma ngokuthi thina bantu njoba si going through depression siyayidinga i-pressure enjengale efanisa nokuchatha ukuthi that's too much pressure, we need it ezongena empilweni zethu ukuze si-release. Without that pressure kuthiwa si-release, like ngalesikhathi sabogogo wawuchatha more congested uqunjelwa ngithi. It was for the benefit ukuthi u-release ube free after it. So kusho ukuthi empilweni siyayidinga vele i-pressure, we need challenges so that we can release, because after challenge we become better people, because we want to lift our head up and defeat our enemies, negativity in our lives. By ukuthi i-enemy ibuke nje uhambela phezulu ingasizakali. Okay? So yeah,
angike ngicomment nje ngingene lapho Miss Classic nami ngike ngibuze nje mhlambe ke ngiyazi ukuthi umbuzo oseceleni but usahambisana nombuzo mhlambe ey'torini zikagogo akutshela zona, isiphi isitori mhlambe esifushane nje ongafuna ukusishela na osithandile wathi musizwa wasithanda, hayi ukuthi mhlambe ngifuna ukutshontsha iy'tori zakho ukuze ngizobhala imovie. But I just want to understand ukuthi nesiphi story osithandile kulezo tshelo mama. Angazi noma usekhona, ngibone ngathi ufrizile Olwethu. Usakhona Miss Classic?
Olwethu usakhona ngithi? Ukhona la nami ngiyambona ufrizile kodwa.
Okay, no, misakuzwa nje Olwethu, hayi vele uhlale phe kodwa. Olwethu usakhona? I think I think Olwethu akasekho kwamanje, disconnectile. But it doesn't matter. Sizo mlinda nje kancane sibone ukuthi uyaconnecta yini okanye sivele siye on the news. I don't know if Mr. Laden is ready for the news, because
he is ready for the
okay, Mr. Laden is ready for the news, and we see Olwethu is connecting, but it's really amazing ukuthi and she is smart, you know. Akaphelelwa ama-ideas because we're talking to Olwethu Mr. Laden, and it's really amazing how smart she is, because from her mom and her grandmother, and that makes her to keep having a bunch of ideas. You know, she never ran out of ideas, you know, so she's taking all those stories that she heard from grandma, and you know, she decided to make a movie or make a story, a full story out of those tiny little stories. While we're waiting for her to come back, I don't know if you you know, have a comment on that, Mr. Laden, before we go to the news.
Yes, I absolutely do. You know, I believe in sitting down and eating a meal together. That is when all of the wisdom of the ages can start working its way into the consciousness of the newer generations. When we sit down and share a meal, first of all, everybody needs to eat. It makes us equals as human beings. As we do that, because sometimes when you're young, you can tell me more about this yourself, Lungani, we look at our parents and our grandparents as being just these old people. It's sort of, it's the difference is so stark in the eyes of the young. And yet, when you all sit down and eat together, it is clear that no matter how old or young you are human and you need to eat, and we all enjoy it. And when we eat and when we talk, then all of a sudden, that is when the young can really be nourished in their bodies and in their minds and in their hearts by what comes from the wisdom of the older generation. You know, it's also very, very helpful when you have those stories that are coming from the older generations. Why do they need to tell them? They need to tell them because it's not resolved. We go through things in life and the thing is maybe over, but it echoes in our lives going forward. We have to share the experience. We have to tell the story. We have to place ourselves in the reality of those experiences over and over so we can get all of the knowledge and all of the strength and the growth that comes from going through those things. And so the fact that our guest has had just the genius insight of youth to put those stories together and make them into a film that then the entire general public and the society of humans around the world can benefit from is just such a gift. It's incredible. And my hat is off to you, young lady. You are truly brilliant.
Maybe let's have Olwethu mhlambe kaphendule lo mbuzo lo wokugcina, then we go to the news. Ukuthi angazi noma utholeni umbuzo Olwethu ukuthi kulezi story lezi ozitholile gogogo komama isiphi story nje osithande kakhulu esivele sahlala kuwena ekhanda wathi hayi lesingichazile.
You mean inganekwane?
Yes, inganekwane.
No, into exoxela great.
Oh, istory engasithanda kakhulu engasixoxela ugogo wami ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi lesiyana zonke iyalo ababeyithola kumzali babeyithatha njengoba zinjalo bayilalele babengabuzi ukuthi kungani ma uthi angahlali kanje. Kodwa thina manje we tend to question everything esitshela umzali. So ngasithanda kakhulu lesa story lesiyana ngoba nami sangifundisa something because nami benginokuthi I can't just take into ngingazi ukuthi kwani ngithathelani. So those stories ukuthi yena wayehlonipha ingakho izinto kwaba kanje kwangenza ngifeel like mina kushuthi ngiqale ngephephe wrong, so I need to start afresh. Yonke into engitshela umzali ngithathe njengoba injalo because izongisebenzela. Showcase izongisebenzela ngokuhamba kwesikhathi. And that is exactly into ekhulunywa isithembiso sikamama. Isithembiso sikamama, one of the lessons ukuthi kubalulekile amazwi omzali ngoba ayokukhansela ngakusasa. Angeke akwazi ukukhansela namhlanje kodwa showcase ayokukhansela in the long run. Yeah.
Hayi Miss Classic uthi ngiyiphase kuwena bese usithatha usise endabeni.
Ayi ngizwile uthi umama eyala lapha uthi hlala ngentombi fanele ngempela uhlale ngentombi ungaqojami ngentombazana angithi. So okusho kona ukuthi ngempela indlela kuthiwa isisho sithi indlela enhle ibuzwa kwabadala kwabadala. So it means we have to listen to the elders because they are the ones that are giving us the guidance of how we should live, you know. So yeah, maybe I will have to just go. Let's go to the news. Mr. Ken?
Okay. Thank you very much. This certainly is a fascinating conversation. But I want to go on to the news. Again, I'm Kenneth Ludden for Global Sunday News. Our second news segment comes from the World Health Organization, and it's about the new Delta variant of the coronavirus that is challenging the world with a devastating third wave of this pandemic. And we also, as part of this report, have a very special segment from the BBC about the former Prime Minister of South Africa. We'll see you on the other side of the news.
Hello and welcome to Science in 5. I'm Vismita Gupta Smith. We are talking today about the Delta variant and vaccines. Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, WHO's chief scientist, is our expert today. Welcome, Soumya. Our first question to you, Soumya, is we know that the Delta variant is more transmissible. Please explain to us what kind of protection we get from the current batch of approved vaccines.
So we're talking here about the Delta variant, which is the fourth variant of concern described by WHO because it's both more transmissible than the previous variants and also has been able to resist the antibodies that we have in our blood. So what that means is that you need a higher level of antibodies to overcome this variant as compared to, let's say, the Alpha variant. Now, the good news is that all of the WHO emergency use listed vaccines do protect against developing severe disease, hospitalization and death due to the Delta variant. So there are studies now from countries where there is a predominance of Delta variant to show that people who've been vaccinated are much less likely to end up in hospital. And you need the full course of vaccination in order to give you that full immunity to protect you against the Delta variant. So the important thing is, if you have access to a vaccine that's approved by WHO, please do take it and take the full course so that you can be protected both against the Delta and other variants of COVID.
Soumya, explain to us, please, the level of protection that you have if you have received one dose of the vaccine versus if you're fully vaccinated.
So the main goal of these vaccines is really to prevent severe disease, because what we want is for people, even if they get the infection, is for them to recover from it and not become seriously ill. So that's something that all of these vaccines do really well. Of course, there are different levels. You read about the efficacy trials. They may range from 70 to 90%. But in terms of just looking at the prevention of severe disease and hospitalization, they're all very good, over 90% effective. Again, they vary in the protection against getting infection. Ideally, you'd like a vaccine which completely prevents you from getting infected, therefore you can't get ill. But none of the vaccines that we have currently are 100% protective. So this is why even if you're vaccinated, you can get the infection, but the chances are you'll get a very mild symptoms or no symptoms at all, and that your chances of getting seriously ill are really, really low.
So Soumya, if we can still get infected and also infect others, even after we are fully vaccinated, then why get vaccinated?
There are two very good reasons to get vaccinated. The first is to protect yourself from getting severely ill if you catch the infection. We know that there's a certain proportion of people of all age groups who do get severely ill, and you could have a chance of dying from this disease, and this is what we want to protect. So that's why you want to get vaccinated in the first place. But secondly, if you get vaccinated, and yes, you may still get the infection, because we know that these vaccines are not going to protect you 100% from the infection. So there is a small risk you get infected and you could pass it on to others. Why do you want to take the risk of doing that? Why do you want to be one person in the chain of transmission? What we need to do in the world today is to break those chains of transmission, get a control on this disease. So that's why we say get vaccinated as soon as you can get access to your vaccine when your turn comes, and continue to take all the precautions so that you're completely protecting yourself as well as protecting others around you.
Thank you, Soumya. That was Science in 5 today. Until next time then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stick with science.
In the past few hours, it's been announced that South Africa's top court has sentenced the former president, Jacob Zuma, to 15 months in jail for contempt of court. It follows his refusal to appear at an anti-corruption inquiry in February. Mr. Zuma accuses the inquiry of political bias and denies involvement in a number of financial scandals. He was ousted as president in 2018 over allegations of mismanagement and systematic corruption. Here's our Africa correspondent Andrew Harding.
South Africa's top court was clear and scathing in its ruling, declaring that the former President Jacob Zuma was a manipulative liar who'd sought to destroy the rule of law to save his own skin.
No person is above the law, and every person, whatever be her or his rank or condition, is subject to the ordinary realm of the law and amenable to the jurisdiction of its tribunals.
Jacob Zuma, already on trial in a separate corruption case, now has 5 days to hand himself over to the police. This is an extraordinary moment for South Africa. Mr. Zuma still has some support here, people who believe he's been targeted as part of a vast political conspiracy. But many more South Africans will be relieved to see the judiciary holding firm. Mr. Zuma is facing jail for refusing to cooperate with this public inquiry into the corruption that flourished during his presidency. He insists he's innocent, a victim. But today, a man who last went to prison half a century ago for his role as a freedom fighter against racial apartheid is heading back to jail in the democracy he fought to build. Andrew Harding, BBC News.
Well, a short while ago, I spoke to Andrew and asked him what Jacob Zuma's family's reaction has been.
His daughter has said that he is in good spirits and will be handing himself in to a police station, presumably near his home in KwaZulu-Natal. But as you say, this was an extraordinarily ferocious, thundering judgment by South Africa's top court, really sparing no adjectives in condemning Zuma as a liar, as somebody who tried to manipulate the judicial system, tried to mislead the public, in fact, tried to destroy the judicial system itself in order essentially to save his own skin, to avoid turning up at this corruption inquiry. But South Africa's judiciary held firm and in a majority judgment sentenced him, as you say, to 15 months in prison. He could possibly be out after 3 or 4.
There are protests to this legal action in South Africa since this BBC report was broadcast worldwide. The opposition to this jail sentence for the former Prime Minister raised the following points. Who has not committed such acts? What of the politicians who have done far worse? Why this man? Why now? It is a question of freedom and liberty. Which brings us to the subject of this week's news commentary. Happy 4th of July. Well, that day is important in America, but also it's very important for the rest of the world. America is a 245-year-old experiment. It is an idea of freedom, liberty, and every person's right to pursue happiness. Before America, governing was an act of an elite class to control the masses. Those elites were either religious, the rich, the powerful, or the highborn. By the mid-1770s, governing in England was a combination of religion and high birth. Those who governed were a dual elite, if we can say it that way. It was abusive and pure horror. The punishments for disobeying them are some of the most horrific in human history. The idea of America came from that time. This idea was born in Celtic society. The Celts were farmers, and they respected the autonomy of each farmer and their family to do what was best for them. If any of the farmers were attacked, then and only then did they come together as a nation. Together, they all analyzed the threat. Who was attacking them? Was it a force of power? Was it a strategy? Was it economic? Was it warfare? Whatever the threat was, all of the community voted who was the best person to face that threat. that person then became the king or the queen during the war. After the war, the crown went back into the vault. Everyone goes back to their families and their farms. The idea of America is that the people decide who is best suited to lead them. And then as things change, the people decide who is best suited to lead in the new reality. In America, it's every 4 years. And then everything in life is about each person doing in their life what is best for them and to pursue their happiness with the freedom to do that. That is what America means. That is what we celebrate on the 4th of July. And so on this 245th birthday of this idea of America, know that equality, freedom, and liberty for all people is a healthy, strong idea that makes this world a better place. So happy 4th of July for everybody. And may all of the people of the world someday be able to decide who is in charge of them. And then be free to be able to pursue their happiness for their life and their family. And now we take you to a special broadcast coming from this week's guest, the trailer from her movie. We'll continue our conversation with her after this.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini lapha? Ngifuna emzini wami. Uyabazini umzima bokube intandane.
Mama. Ngisathanda ubaba uNkulunkulu. Asekade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphenduka ngecala. Asipha nokudla. Lesi sithi incane ukuthi.
Ngithathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abanye. Izinto zingahambi kahle.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa kanti nalapho uhambo likamabuyazi kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba sibona. Akubona nje.
Mina.
Oh, lovely, lovely. That was a trailer. Yeah, Olwethu. The movie is called Isithembiso Sika Mama, and it is being played for the first time. Wow, that's really amazing. That's really amazing. Welcome back. Quickly before siqhubeke sikhulume no Olwethu, ngicela nje ukuthatha nje i-comment eyodwa okanye ngishare out ababili nje. Asiqale laphayana ku Facebook sibingelele umntakamvelase umlu wakamvelase usuka laphayana kwi-Junior Mambazo, siyamazi wakwi-Junior Mambazo. Bese sithatha laphayana ukugcina uThabi Lucia Thabi. Bese sithatha i-comment laphayana ethi money has a lot of power somewhere. If Uzuma was poor, he was going to rot in jail. Hey, my daughter. Hey. We don't know what you're talking about there, Lucia. Asike sibheke kuqala ukuthi into abafuna ukumbophela yona before size sisho kanjalo. But anyway, that was our lovely follower uLucia and umntakamvelase lapha kuJunior Mambazo. Miss Classic, awuthi ngeke ngithose kuwena.
Yeah, welcome back. This is your one and only Queen of Global Sundays. We are sitting here with our South African star, Olwethu Cele, Undosi Omkhulu, omuhle othanda ifashion. Okay. Umfundi lo waseGugu labasha, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we are proudly saying matric waseGugu labasha akanawo standard 2 akaphumile esikoleni uyafunda. Uphinde futhi abe imbongi. I'm just highlighting this for the people who are tuning in now. Imbongi umbhali for drama actors, they can learn a lot from her. And also uphuma khona la eNtuzuma A eLindelane in South Africa. So we are welcoming you back, Olwethu. Feel at home, and those who are tuning in, you can just stay like that and be warm. See, as South Africa, we are banned. So we just want to continue with our interesting interview with Olwethu about umsebenzi wakhe. So sifisa ukwazi ukuthi mangabe uyingabaza umsebenzi osuku angithi uthe vele nje uhlezi unento ozoyibhala every day. Noma engabe isiphi isiqephu into eyibonile uhlezi unayo into ozoyibhala because you're just a storyteller by blood. So if uyingabaza ngalo msebenzi wakho or uyingabaza nje ukwenze njani uma ungabaza umsebenzi wakho, because we are basically talking about your work. When you're in doubt, what do you do?
I-advice engayithola kubaba ukuthi yonke into oyibhalayo uma usayidoubt ibeke eceleni uqhubeke ubhale. So yonke into uma ngidoubt ngibeke eceleni angilahle, ngibeke eceleni ngiqhubeke ngibhale okunye, somehow izobuya automatically bese mhlawumbe nge-editor somehow until ngize ngibothi okay cool iphelele ke manje i-ready ukuthi ingathuka imiyalezo.
Wow. Thina umZulu wase-America le e-USA Arizona.
No, that's very interesting. So mhlambe ke angeke ngithi nami ngi-add nje kancane kulo mbuzo kaMiss Classic amazing ngale ndlela. So mhlambe uma uyidoubt kwezinye izinto mhlambe ke ngaphandle kwasekubhaleni kuphela ukwenze kanjani mhlambe ke let's say ukesikoleni mhlambe awazi noma lento oyibhala i-right noma i-wrong yini, or mhlambe ufuna ukukhuluma nomuntu awazi lento ozoyisho i-right noma i-wrong yini into kuyenze mhlambe apply the same rule ukuthi uvele uthule ungasho lutho, or mhlambe khona enye into ekusizayo ehlukile kunaleyo esebenzisa ekubhaleni.
Ngingasho ukuthi into efanayo angivele ngikhulume nje. Ngiyithanda ukuthi into ngicabange ngibe neshow ukuthi lo muntu engimtshela yona noma engizoyikhuluma kuyena noma lento engizoyenza kuyena izohlala kanjani kuyena. Ngibone kubalekile ukuthi ngimcabangele because ngiyayazi phela ukuthi umuntu akutshele into ibe buhlungu kuwena but yena ubona ukuthi aka understand futhi akanankinga nalokho.
Interesting.
Okay, no, angeke ngibuze la umbuzo wami. Miss Classic, I think lo mbuzo kumele uthathe wena kahle ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi into zakho lezi awuvele uhlale phe kwawo.
Okay, I'll just shoot to the question because we were watching this Sembiso Skamama, ne? So very interesting, and I saw it lapaya M17 kwi-Inanda FM. The guy that comes after me, Umsobo, just a coincidence nje ukuthi I'm trying to put my music for today, for Ukusakaza today, and he's busy making noise in front of me yesterday, busy making noise, and I could hear this is the similar story as the one that Ulungani has been sending, umsebenzi ka Olwethu. I'm like, hey, let me watch this thing. And you are busy irritating me. I'm working here. I can't concentrate and listen to the song. And the guy is glued on this. He says, I love this. And he wants to put us all in that and to distract us from doing whatever we are doing in the whole radio station, So yeah, he's a big fan of yours. And I told him that we're going to be on. He must make sure that he doesn't miss this. Umsobo, the sport guy from the Inanda FM. So yeah, we wanted to know why this type of movie. Olwethu, why lolu hlobo lwe-movie lomdlalo?
Okay, ngadecide ukuthi ngibhale lolu hlobo lomdlalo ukuletha iyalo kuthina intsha kanye nabazali bethu. Since kuyi-lockdown, sihlele emakhaya, isikhathi esiningi sispende nabazali. And sinalokuthi sinalomqondo ukuthi uma umzali ekutshela something uvedela uthi okay nangokuma noma nangokubaba ngiqhubela isikhathi uqhuba usuku lento ayisho nje ngeke ngize ngithathe. So ngale movie le bengithi kahle kahle amazwi omzali ayohlezi ewukhanya empilweni yakho. Ngisho ngathiwa akasekho emhlabeni, ngisho ngathiwa akekho phambi kobuso bakho ngaleso sikhathi. Kodwa uma uthathe amazwi omzali wakho njengoba enjalo, owafaka emqondweni wase wawa-apply mase kushaya isikhathi. Azokukhanyisela na kanjani. So emuvini siyathola abantwana beshiwo umzali, abantwana abathatha abancane baphenduke basale bodwa nje bangabi namuntu ozobe ihlobo ozobalekelela. Kodwa basala nethemba lento abayitshelwa uma wabo. Babambelele kuyona uze kube kuyakhanya. And then siphinde futhi sizoba nesinye seyifundo kuyona le movie le esithi esibhekiswe kubazali bethu kakhulukazi. Sithi abazali bethu siyabacela ukuthi bangaxabani nomakhelwane. Ngoba the time bexabana nomakhelwane abazi ukuthi kusasa libaphatheleni noma thina lisiphatheleni. Uma bexabana nomakhelwane beshiya kanjalo, ngokuhamba kwesikhathi thina sizoba nenkinga bengasekho emhlabeni. Ngoba asazi kahle kahle ukuthi kusasa lisiphatheleni. Maybe yena futhi uma wami ethe uxabene nomakhelwane yena futhi uzodinga usizo kuyena. So kubalekile ukuthi uma ningaboni ngasolinye nomakhelwane hlale phansi uxoxiswane bese kuba right again.
Wow. I'm sure i-youth elalele njengamanje icoshile isifundo lapho ukuthi i-formula enikwa umzali you must apply it. Whatever formula you're given by the parents or methods you're given or iyalo motivation, you must apply it to your life so that things can go okay. Also, you are motivating parents that they must do things well with the neighbors, because a neighbor is stranger. Some of people, they take neighbors as strangers. So a stranger, it can be the one that's opened the doors for you, or the one that is left with your kids when you pass away. So you must treat strangers with care. We must handle it. They're fragile, but you must handle them with care. All right. So back to Lungane.
Thank you, Miss Classic. Thank you so much. That's really powerful. I mean, usuyisho ngendlela kuyiyona. Ayiseki things add kuleyo comment leyo or kuleyo question leyo. But I do have a question lana. Yokuthi yini kuwena Olwethu our guest yini enza ukuthi imovie kuwena ibe best movie enza ukuthi like uyithande, you know, yini le othi moyibona kwi movie yenza ukuthi uthi you know what le movie le is the best.
Uma inomyalezo oqondile, like ngathini, uma imovie inomyalezo oqondile, because ngoba inhloso kahle kahle mina ngokwami ukubona ngiye ngitshela ukuthi umdali wasinikeza leli khono lokubhala ukuze sizoletha umehluko kulomhlaba, sizoletha ukukhanya kulomhlaba. So uma imessage yemovie umbhali wayo enze sho ukuthi imessage iyacaca, i-clear kahle, wathatha isikhathi sakhe futhi kurehezisa ama-characters ukuze lawa anawo ama-characters izinto abazoyidlala zakhekile ngaphakathi kubona. Uma imessage nje i-clear, mina ngi-happy. That's the best movie ever. Ne-quality ye-camera ukuthi sibone ukuthi yonke into i-clear, sibone yonke into ngabe khona ukuthi mhlawumbe khona esingasakuboni kahle sekushwebile, oh bekumele sibone unyawo lakhe limele then asalibone and stuff. So I think that's the best movie for me.
Miss Classic, ngicela ucomment before ngibuza umbuzo wami olandelayo.
Yeah, interesting. actually, yeah, that it makes sense because if umuntu udutshiliwe phela fanele sibone igazi angithi. Like I always tell my kids at school, ukuthi you must use the correct props in your drama, and also if vocalization, the voice must match with the character you're given by a writer. If voice and the body gesture. If we are talking about umkhulu, we must see umkhulu phela on the action and the way umkhulu walks, yabona. So ungabi nje umuntu ukhuluma umkhulu kodwa ukhuluma as ukuyibody yakhe. You must forget about yourself and be in character. So what you're saying is what I also say. We say a great movie or a best drama. It's where when you see the real things, images are real, you know, are associated with what the writer wanted. It's same in all the genres, in dance, in music. You compose, you tell a story. So the singers must really analyze and the song before it can be conducted or played or sang. So even in dance, you have to put the correct song to dance with because the dance and the music, it goes together. Even in drama, so if we follow all those things, as long as the young kids combine together by director, you choose the good director, then everything goes well. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, always. And then we want to know, I don't know if Alungani, you want to say something, or can I just continue with our next question?
No, please take it, Miss Classic. I think senichaza kahle ezimbokodo.
Okay. So we want to check now. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll take a break and give it back to you for now.
Yeah, ngiyazi ukuthi vele abantu besimama mesekhulunywa ngama-priority nje. Hayi, bavele bafuna ukuthi babuze abantu besilisa. Okay, no, it's fine. Ngizoyithatha. So, umbuzo la uthi Olwethu, la ukhona njengamanje siyakubona sonke and sike sathi ukucheck ama-video la benenza khona angazi noma i-campaign yini okanye i-event zeni la benifundisa abantu khona ngezinto ezihlukile. Sike sabona futhi you know behind the scenes sazoidlala futhi lapho ababukela ekhaya, and siyabona ukuthi umuntu owakheke kanjani ngokomqondo nangokwe-vision. So iziphi izinto ezikusize kakhulu when it comes to ukufaka izinto eqaleni ukuthi okay yazini ilokho engiqala ngakho lokho ngizokwenza ekugcineni ngisho ngathiwa kwenzakalani lokho kuhlezi ku number 1 kumina, lokho kunye kulandela ngemumva. Ama-priorities akho kanjani? Iziphi izinto ozithuza kuqala empilweni ukuthi kumele ngenze sure ukuthi lokho ufika kuqala before konke lokho kunye?
Selokhu ngathola ukuthi nginaleli khono lokubhala. Into engeke ngiyibeke kuqala kunakho konke uma mhlawumbe ngiphakathi kwabantu noma ngizokwenza something phakathi kwabantu. I just engisuke kakhulu ukuthi ngenze umehluko. Out of 100% people abasuke belapho ngaleso sikhathi leso the time ngikhuluma noma ngihaya inkondlo, ngihlezi nginesifiso sokuthi at least a day u50% ukwazi ukuthi uthole ukukhanya ngalento engisuke ngize nayo noma umyalezo ufike ngalendlela engisuke ngubone ngayo mina. So iyona into yokuqala ngale kokuthi ke emva kwaloko bazongijabulela sebezongibiza ngosonkondlo and stuff, but uma into engishoyo noma uma umbhalo engubhalayo wenza umehluko kubona, lokho kusho kukhulu kumina. Iyona into engeke ngibeke phambili nje ukuthi into engiyibhalayo bayi-understandile yini, kuya ngama-audience ke ami ukuthi akanjani, but uma nje ngibona ukuthi okay cool la ngihayile inkondlo ngababona besnap ekhombisa ukuthi bayangizwa, hopefully u50% ungizwile umyalezo utholile and uzowusebenzisa. So iyona into ehlezi iza phambili kumina le.
Umyalezo powerful.
Umsoco.
Awusuka
umhluzi inkonzo enomhluzi. Kodwa kumele ibe nomhluzu.
Yes. Kuthiwa yini kombe ukusipha lapha yasithi mesihabula siza ukuthi hayi umsoco khona. Wow, that's beautiful. Mhlambe angeke ngiqhubeke nje engasamoshi isikhathi ngidlulele phambili. kumbuzo wethu olandelayo ukuthi mhlambe ke eminyakeni eyishumi nanye uzibona ukuphi nendawo ayi madoda washaya umzulu wase-America. Eminyakeni eyishumi nanye uzibona ukuphi wena Olwethu?
Eminyakeni eyishumi ezayo ngizibona ngiwumbhali wama-soapie adumile noma i-soapie entsha eyoqhamuka nami ezobukwa izwe lonke, ngikwazi ukuthumela umyalezo izwe lonke. Yeah, I just see myself ngiqhubeka nalento engiyenzayo, ngithola ulwazi olungaphezu kwalolu enginalo. Yeah.
Interesting.
Ulwazi uzimisele ngokuthi uthole kuphi ulwazi? Ngabe sesikoleni mhlambe noma kune research thizeni indlela ofuna ukwenza ngayo?
Ulwazi mina side lami ngikholelwa ekuthenini ngilithola yonke indawo. Like into ye-art ayidingi ukuthi uzube specific ukuthi no lento engiyidingayo ngizoyithola lapha.
Wow.
Interesting.
Angidedele kwemintambo.
Ngingakabuzi le question le fanele ngikubuze yona. Ngifisa ukwazi ukuthi people like us, like everyone has got a story to tell. Yabona? Uyakhona ukuguide or ukusiza umuntu on a story to tell but onganama resources like you, ongana advantage, advantage like you. Uyakwazi ukuthi umsize umuntu because everyone has a story to tell. Like me, I have a lot of stories to tell. But then are you able to assist umuntu to tell the story and sikwazi ukuthi sibe like what how yours is right now?
Akho, you know, are you able ukuthi yena usize omunye umuntu istory sibe njengesakho ngoba sakho sicacile sibonile phela i-trailer ne-behind the scene. Uyakwazi ukusiza omunye umuntu ukuthi abe kanjalo?
Mina angeke ngithi ngiyakwazi by myself ukuthi ngimsize umuntu ngoba nami angakabi nakho okwanele, kodwa engam-advise kona nje ukuthi afollow i-page on Facebook, igama layo, igama le-page We Captured It. Showcase lapho, ngokuya lapho nje ayobuka izinto ezikhona, athola ulwazi oluthile, axhumane nabantu abakhona kwi-page ngeke azayisola. Isifiso sakhe sizoqhubeka nakanjalo.
So hashtag We Captured It. Hashtag We Captured It.
We Captured. Yes.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you so much. And then when did you realize ukuthi unalesi sipho lesi ubone nini ukuthi unalesipho lesonaso? Olwethu.
Ngangifunda grade 8. Ngangifunda grade 8. In my Gqiba secondary school. Nganginakho vele even before grade 8 ukubhala inkondlo nezitori, ngixoxela ugogo wami, ngimahayele lezo inkondlo lezo. And then nga grade 8 wasengipha igama elithi ngisithunywa sokukhanya. And then nganakho ukuthi okay, uyangincoma ngalento engiyenzayo, uyibona iyinhle, that is why engibiza ngesithunywa sokukhanya. Okay, akwengizama ukuqhubeka naye. Ima into yakho esanconywa umzali wakho noma umuntu osemndenini wakho uyabana ukuthi okay vele uzomncoma ngoba ngingane yakhe. So ngaphumela ngaphandle nomsebenzi, that is where I met iBantu Army Society, i-group leyo ekhulisa ababhali nosonkondlo la uthola khona iyalo nje eziningi ehlukahlukene ngendlela ongabhala ngayo. So kahle kahle ukuthi ngumbhali ngakuthola ka grade 8.
Wow, this is nice. Shout out to those teachers. Lungani.
Awuthi ngingenelele la. Wow, that's really amazing. Ngivele ngiqhubele phambili nje ngibuze lana umbuzo ukuthi iyiphi imovie oyithandayo? Kulawa movie nje lawo oswabonile mhlambe ke hayi kulawa wakho nalawo osazowakhipha. mhlambe iyiphi imovie oyithandayo and yindaba uthanda lo movie leyo?
Imovie engiyithandayo, it's a Zulu movie, Izulu Lami.
Wow.
Chili Pie, Othembi, yes. Into eyenza ukuthi ngithande leya movie leya ukuthi icishe ngathini leya movie leyana isitshela elinye iside le-story sabantwana abazibonelayo even ukuthi kushona umzali, abaphenduka inhloko yekhaya ekumele kube yibona abazi ukuthi badlani kanjani nini. So esinye sey'tori lesiya and ngiyasithanda kakhulu leya movie leya, and iyona futhi egcine nami ingenza ngibone kungcono ukuthi ngixoxe esinye istory futhi because ngiyazi ukuthi akulula ukuthi ubuyelwe yithemba uma ubona okay nansi le movie ikhuluma ngabantu mhlawumbe abangenabazali njengami, but uma ubona sengathi akuhambisani bona bakwi-advantage kunawe, that is why nami ngabona kungcono ukuthi okay ake ngixoxe esinye istory because iqiniso lithi kahle kahle more than 5,000 yabantwana abashiwa abazali basale bayibonele. So lezi stories ziningi ungayibhala mhlawumbe uyiphindaphinde kaningi ngoba zihlukile. Inhloso yokubhala istory kanje ukuthi sibuyise ithemba kulabo abasuke sebelahlekelwa abazali. So yeah.
Ushayile Miss Classic, ngicela ukuyiphasa kuwena.
Yeah, no, we are happy with. I'm sure there are a lot of viewers at home. They are happy with inspiration that we are getting today from the young star of Durban, South Africa, Mpuzuma Elindelana. So we want to know, because you look good. I wanted to praise you for looking like a lady. Ismilo nje sisibona just in your presence nje. Siyasibona ismilo, asibuzwa. You know, you reminded me and the same lads. They're always looking like you, shave their heads. You don't give teachers stress. With him look you know. You know those hairstyles they do in high school, and they think they did it right, you know. And abasatshelwa intsha yamanje abasatshelwa. Because othisha balingana nabo vele, yabona. So, and you give us names as well as Golden. So anyway, we are here to be inspired by this youth eqondile. Siyabona ukuthi uyayithanda. You are a fashion star. And how do you decide ukuthi yiphi into osuke uzoyigqoka, ingubo osuke uzoyigqoka or into ozoyigqoka, whether you're going to awards or you're going to going with your friends? How do you decide ukuthi uzogqokani?
Ngingathi kuya ngokuthi mhlawumbe kuleyo la ngiyakhona noma mhlawumbe like ngathi uma ukuthi mhlawumbe khona event engiyi-attendile ngithole mhlawumbe islot sokuthi ngiperforme lapho, kuya ngalokho-ke. So uma ngizo-performa kumele ngigqoke into ezohambiselana nenkondlo engizobe ngiyihaya. Angikwazi ukuthi ngigqoke iteki le-Nike, iskipha se-Nike, ibhluwe le-Adidas mhlawumbe, and then bese ngimaphambi kwabantu. And then bese ngimaphambi kwabantu ngithi umkhuleko uyakwazi ukukusiza uma uhluphekile.
Image.
Wona wodwa. Yes. So kumele ngihambisane nalento engisuke ngizoyihaya kwayona ibe ipart yokuthumela umyalezo. Idlala indima ethile na.
Very interesting. Lungani, I always tell you, Lungani, this answer always angitshela lo asixoxela yona ukuthi muzo ye stage, you need to really present yourself because you are there to sell your craft. So image, the way you look, it must match the story you are telling to people. No matter the form of art you are doing, but how you look in a form of respecting your audience, because the audience is there to receive the story, to receive you. So it's very important to respect the audience. Relevant. I've seen a lot of poetries. Abantu abashaya inkondlo. Umuntu agqoke into. Abantu abasalalelanga inkondlo sebebheke amathanga, abasalalelanga inkondlo sebebheke cleavage. Ngisho njalo Lungani. Usendwazile umuntu ungacathi umuntu usalalela inkondlo kanti usendwazile ufreeziswe ilook yakho, iappearance yakho. So siyabonga kakhulu ukuba no such a young woman, young lady who knows how to dress properly and who respects the community, because the community is our best audience to sell a craft yet. Without the audience, I see you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Lungani.
Powerful, Miss Classic. Powerful, Olwethu. Ngiyabona lapha ama-comment bayasho bathi I like your wisdom. Wow. And then they're asking questions. There's questions down there, and I think most of the questions have already been answered. Athi laphana Utabi, my question is who inspires you and who do you look up to? And kuyachaza laphana Olwethu ukuthi ubale laphana onkosenye umalumu wakhe wabala laphana noma nogogo ukuthi izitori eningi uthola kugogo, that's why ekwazi ukuthi abhale nje angacabanga kakhulu azakhrekhe ikhanda. But wow, thank you so much for that question laphana I think on Facebook. But Mbokodo ningitshela, let's take a break kancane sike sibheke behind the scenes yelentuza isithembiso sika mama, and then when we come back we'll talk some more and bese silungiselela ukuyivala ishow yethu. Angazi uma siyavumelana yini, phela ngiphethe Imbokodo namhlanje kumele ngiyibheke into engiyikhulumayo. Sithathe ibreak kancane and then bese sibuya siphinde sikhulume some more.
Amen.
Absolutely.
You are watching Global Sundays.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're here at Botanic Garden to do a photo shoot for a movie. It's Thembiso Sika Mama, so I'm just giving them a touch-up to get ready to do the photo shoot. Here we go.
Oh, I'm on top of the world. Baby, I'm on top of the world. I'm feeling high, I'm on my zone. Break it down now.
Sanibonani, igama lami nguNolwethu Cele, isibongo ngwakachili, ngidlala indawo kaMaNtuli kwisithembiso sika mama. I-photo shoot, yeah, it went well. Bekumnandi kakhulu. Si-experience nje izinto eziningi. Siya-enjoya, kumnandi kakhulu, and le movie izophuma soon. Ngicela niyibuke ngeke nize niyisole.
Sanibonani, uchwepheshe lo wakakhumayo. Lapha kusithembiso mama ngubaba uMkhize isambo. Ngicabanga ukuthi lapha yana kunesifundo esiningi kakhulu. Ikakhulukazi esimeni senhlalo esiphila phansi kwayo. Angibingelele. Igama lami ngumuzi wendoda wakadlala. Ngikhule bembiza ngomabheketwane. Kodwa ke kumanje kune-character engiyidlalayo kule movie ethi Isithembiso Sika Mama.
Sanibonani, igama lami ngu-Olwethu Cele, abanye bangazi njengonoma lwemfundo imbongi yamantombi. Ngineminyaka ewu-18, ngifunda eGugula Basha ngenza ugrade 12 manje. Isithembiso sikamama imovie ezophuma kungekudala esemeleni ilindele manje eyabhalwa yimina unoma lwemfundo directwe yimina futhi ngilekelelana nomalume be-Walk Entertainment, Busy Bee Media. Saphinde sathola nosizo ku-Black is Goldie makeup artist yethu. Saphinde sathola nosizo futhi sasponsorishwa ngeyikipa i-Blackish. Njengoba nibona nje siku-photoshoot yesithembiso sikamama, yonke into ready, omantuli bayashutha, babomdala bayashutha. Sabaweli nje ukuthi iphume, ngiyazi nami ngilangazelele guys. So nje ukubhala kwami movie, it was during the COVID-19. I had to do something ngokubhala kwami ngumbhali. Kahle kahle ngale movie le ngithi ngiqinisekisa ukuthi amazwi omzali ayohleze lethu kukhanya empilweni yomuntu. Ngisho ngathiwa izinto obhekana nazo zinzima kangakanani. So ngale movie le ngibuyisa ithemba kwaselelilahile. Laze lafa elikamthaniya sibhekile nithule nithi ngilifa elikaphunga noMageba. Ngiyazi ukuthi mengavuka isithule isikandaba kusenje ungasuke sinamathambo esidumbu. Mina ngibuza umbuzo wodwa, sewashonaphi lo waZulu wawugabe uyadela wena usulapha? Yeah, njengoba ngishilo la nomncane just 2 seconds.
All right, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
Cut.
Hello. Welcome back to our last session of the Global Sundays Diverse TV channel that you find on Facebook and YouTube. And sitholakala yonke indawo ke nako Instagram wena ungasilandela nje uhlala uthokomele ufudumele kule winter. I'm not alone. I'm with uLungani Kwala umZulu wase-America, Chocolate Kid, all the way from Arizona in USA. Our head of department. And we have our lovely guest here, Olwethu Cele, Somuhle, usolwazi. She's a writer, a script writer. She's also a poet in South Africa. And I'm sure Obo Mamgcina, they are so proud to have in Bongi ezinjengalezi. So I'm going to tell her about you. All right. I'm sure she's going to be happy because I'm going to be having her on my event this week. So we're going to chat about you a lot. So without wasting any more of your time, my viewers at home, we would like to know, Olwethu, I'm sure you're still okay because in South Africa now, abantu balele, but siyababonga laba basabhekile. So yeah, and I want to thank the uncles there who are just making sure ukuthi awulala uzeli. Okay. So ama-soundtracks lawa eniwasebenzisayo kuma-movies enu when you write these stories, mhlambe atholakala kanjani because umsebenzi wakho ubuke kumuhle kakhulu and angeke ube muhle without music, umculo lo odlalayo on the background. Yabona? So siyafisa ukwazi ama-elements lawa avelayo of a sound ukuthi mhlambe uthola kuphi usizo olu-perfect ngale ndlela oluqondile.
Usizo oluningi ngilithola kuMalum Raja Weird. It's Raja Weird. Uyena owenza awo beat, aphinde futhi une studio, aphinde amukele abaculi ke abanye bamaskandi njengojabulisa uMarubane uculi ngoma maskandi khona emovini. Afike e-studio sakhe, afike basetheke then bese siba right.
Wow. Hey, Lungani, this is so interesting.
Shout out to Raja Weird. Wow. That's really nice. You know, Miss Classic in Poland, it's really nice to bona you know, support, you know, engaga iqhamuka ema-sidini from omalume, from abanye abantu akade beku-industry for a long time. We know Raja has been a guest here on the Global Sunday. He's one of the top artists lapana at Durban or South Africa. And having him to step in, azosiza naye, you know,
Ngoba abantu banama egos Lungane, really I'm impressed. People abantu ba big before they can become big done by industry. They're too big in such a way abakwazi ukwehla bayosiza abanye abantu. Bazokutshela ngokuthi bangama brand. Iba i-brand by being a mentor and help others. Noma ngabe benza umsebenzi ongawuthembi, but you know you have to utshale esizweni. Noma ngabe awuthembi talent lelo, but you have to unikele. Thina sizokwenza i-brand, uzokwenza i-brand imsebenzi, ayi wena uthi uziqakambise ube ne-pride ukuthi wena uyi-brand. So I would like to send a shout out as well to Mr. Raja. Wenza umsebenzi omuhle kakhulu. Siyafisa kube khona abanye abanjengaye abazosiza intsha, because manje when you're trying to do things in South Africa, it's hard to find people who would like to work with you without imali. Imali ihamba phambili before the work. And igcina ispoila ama relationships amaningi, because some of us always we help them without money. So mase kufanele return ifavor umuntu akhumbule ukuthi uyi-brand. Yabona? So that affects youngsters, it affects umsebenzi wamaciko ase South Africa. Ngiyafisa ngathi bengashintsha perception of thinking babukele kubantu abanjengoRaj. Yeah, Lungane, I cast you before you can end your interesting comment there.
No. That, I think that's bekubaluleke kakhulu ukuthi sizwe lo comment lo, it's a powerful comment, but usuyikhave yonke ngizovele nje ngibuza umbuzo wami. Lo mbuzo baluleke kakhulu, especially for abantu ababukelayo ekhaya. Miss Classic, angazi ukuthi ene usakhona yini Olwethu, ngibona ngathi uvele wanyamalala.
I'm sure uzelile. Kambusa uyazela, kambuzele wawa.
Njengoba ushushile ukuthi
let's hope that didn't happen.
Njengoba ushilo lapha ukuthi yena kusebusuku eSouth Africa ngenzeka ukuthi uvele wazela yaqathaka ifoni wavele wawa. But yeah, it's powerful lento esherele ukuthi yena you know ego kubantu ibaningi, you know, and especially last dabuka khona eSouth Africa. Mhlawumbe nakwenye ezinye indawo ikhona, it's just ukuthi nje, you know, eSouth Africa sibona kangcono because siqhamuka khona, yabo. So
you know what is the worst enemy of these egos? Ubungozi bayo ukuthi ufike ubhampela umuntu mhlambe ngiyafundisa, ufike ungibhampela ungibona la rank awungazi ukuthi ngiyafundisa, kanti ingane yakhe yoshoda ngama documents ngokuthi ingene esikoleni izofundiswa yimini, yabo. At least I can take things slow. Izinto zakho or remove, they can be posted. Ngithathe kahle nestep kahle neclick accept kahle ngenxa yemotivation yami ngizwela. Kodwa mangabe uhamba ubhampela abantu ongabazi bayini somewhere, uzoba nenkinga ngoba usufuna usizo labo in future, mhlambe in 10 years or 5 years to come. Thola ukuthi lo muntu uyena ophethe oka art and culture pets. There are promotions every time. So uzobhampela umuntu ukusebenza naye umbukele phansi, kanti uphethe ikusasa lakho, uphethe future yakho, uphethe ukey wakho ukuthi ube best artist, ube best dancer, ube best musician, ube best whatever that you are good at. So it's very important to humble yourself, yabona, and stop analyzing things personally all the time. So I would like to the whole nation globally ukuthi bengapheza ukuthi mangabe benza izinto babe nama questions and just do things like abantu baphesheya, yabona. Abantu baphesheya, they do things, they give their all to what they do in arts, in sports, and it pays them, yabona. Thina la silekha nje i-devotion, i-passion, determination le esiba nayo only makuyi i-cup, i-World Cup, i-3 days silekha leyo nto nje. To have uthando, i-devotion, something enga-encourage umuntu ozi-encourage wena. Mthande nje umuntu without ukuthi ungcono, unevoice engcono, u-actor kangcono. Thanda nje umuntu wenkosi ngoba umuntu uthando ulibeke kumuntu. uNkulunkulu uthi thanda umuntu. Uthi uJesu uthanda umuntu before uthande mina, thanda umuntu. Yabona? Because yena umfanekiso womuntu. Awukwazi ukugijima uyothanda umuntu into ongayiboni, ispirit, ungamthandi lo phambi kwakho. You understand? It's impossible. How can you even love umuntu? Even abantu they think they even rather bathanda abanye abantu, boyfriends, husbands, angazithandi yena, I neglect yena. Yabona? So it's very important ukuzithanda wena, thande umuntu, especially in industries la sebenza khona. Awudingi ukuthi uze impelesi kumuntu. Awudingi ukuncenga futhi uthando. And there is a danger futhi kulezi ikhungo esebenzisana nazo. Uthola ukuthi I need a band. So ukuze mina ngithola iband ingidlalele kahle. Fanele ngipha udirector something. Mhlambe sexually, yabo? Ukuze ngikwazi ukuthi ingidlalele even thiwa nginayo imali. Ngoba ukwehla kukho, ukwehla the humbleness. Kumele ngize ngilahlekelwe mina as a woman especially i-value yami just because I need your help. You understand? Sengathi ngapheze into ezinjalo in South Africa especially. There are a lot of people aba-talented, aba-good, but ba-offendwa i-principle yabo iyaba-blocker from taking things just because they will have to share their sexuality. Yabona? So isenza sikusebenze singakhululeki, you know, uthola ukuthi I'm doing umsebenzi project as I have a project. Sengimincileka manje ngiyacabanga ulungane kathi uzongivideorizela yini ngoba unama interest. Mhlambe ngizovideorize ngiqede, mase ngiqedile uzoblock umsebenzi wami just because I could not offer what you were inkanuko zakho. Yabona? So I really pray for our South African industry, South African arts, ukuthi ngathi i-pride nokukhanuka kungapheza, sisebenze hard because izwe liyagoqa. There is COVID-19. Ake senze nje izinto ngendlela correct. Even if it take you 10 years ukuthi usebenze ungaholi, it's okay as long as unayo support to do the work. Because usebenzela ukuthi mawuhamba ushiye umnenke, something that will be left behind ukuthi uwenzeni. Wenzeni. Uhlukumeza imphefumulo engakanani? Noma uzuzise abantu, utshengise abantu ukukhanya okungakanani. Bangakanani ababona ukukhanya uphila. Yabona?
Uyazi Miss Classic.
Bangaka basebumnyameni wena uphila. Bangaka bafuna igodi. That's why bathi the last motivation I received for my debut bethi aba guys njoba de celebrate nje. Ethi the guys they must use their cables not to dig the graves. Yabo? They must use their cables as responsibility. Bayisebenzisa as responsibility to connect, because when you putting your cable to a female body, that means there is a new life that will be created. There will be a child, a new life. So you can't misuse the cable. You must act responsibly, especially abantu besilisa. By those words, peace out.
Yeah, ushayile khona, and you know, ngithatha back ngibuka, you know, there was an information ebengifuna ukuyisenda namhlanje, you know, any information yakhona ebi include ukuthi, you know, asupportaneni yabona, if ufuna ukusupportwa nawe, you know, support omunye umuntu, and you know, sikubonile kaningi lokho kuwena, you do support ama artists ngalendlela esimangaliso, you know. You know, but mase sekumele receive the same support back, you know, abantu, you know, angazi ukuthi yena abantu bacabanga kanjani, bafuna ukuba ama-boss, you know, bafuna ukuba ama-boss, umuntu ahlalele emumva nje yena letho leyo into ngeplate, you know, menze event kumele supportwe, you know, me release music omusha kumele supportwe, you know, me content iphushayo kumele supportwe, but mase kumele support abanye abantu, you know, bayahluleka ukwenza leyo nto leyo, angazi noma i-ego noma yini.
Sorry to cut you. I even seen it here at the Global Sundays. How many artists we hosted right now who are in listening, who are inviting people to come and motivate and be witness to this young star who needs us. How many of them are here in this show? How many of them who can sacrifice, at least in a month, Lungani, who can sacrifice South African artists that you are making them to shine, you promote their cities, you make interviews for them, which is a good work that you're doing for your South Africans when you are there in UK. And there's no many South Africans who can do that, who are that side. You know that. They are 1 in a million. And when they get a chance, they come, they take and go. It's very painful for me. Emotionally, it drains me. But I will pray the ones that are here now not to. Even if you don't watch the show every time, this is where we get empowered. You need to follow and tell your friends, tell school kids, tell your families. At least one person can view the show just to support. We're not gonna lose or benefit anything by people not watching, because there are a lot of people engaged into the program internationally. We have Australia, we have Yemen, but for me to see the people that we have engaged with since I've started, I don't see them here to gain knowledge, to gain skills, to gain motivation. How are they surviving? If awudle ekhaya, awudli la kunomthombo khona la nawe watshala khona ukuthi ngisukephi ngayaphi. Awufuni ukuzwa ngabanye abantu ukuthi how did they get through where they are right now. You're supposed to be worried. But so I pray with the new Global Sundays guests and also viewers will encourage the youngsters, because kumele bafunde bancele la Global Sunday. It's not just a show to showcase. Umthombo wolwazi.
Uyibekile omunye ngazathi ekhaya usedinweni Miss Classic wasekhipha indaba eshisa kanje manje. That's powerful kakhulu, because like I said, maybe it has to do with the ego, ukuthi umuntu hayi ngizofuna ukusupporta mina kodwa ngize ngisupporte umuntu, but angikhulumela esadini la ngala eAmerica. Isupport esinayo ngala eAmerica ngizozibala nami because ngingala kwamanje yabonto ngisho, but abaculi indlela abasupportwa ngayo, ama-artist indlela asupportwa ngayo, it is so amazing. Ama-artist njengoba usukwenza nje Miss Classic kuma-social media accounts, uyareposta umuntu meposte into, uyareposta, awukhethi ukuthi yena ubani, mawubona ukuthi i-artist uyalisapho. I think le discussion Miss Classic kumele siyenze le topic yayo esikhulume ngayo, because i-powerful kakhulu. I do believe ukuthi kumele siyenzele uhlelo layo, and then sithole umuntu mhlambe ozoba isikhulumeli esizokhuluma naye, mhlambe naye aphawule kabanzi ekuthenini ku right yini ukuthi uma uyi-artist uhlale nje wena ulinde ukuthi abantu bazorepost into zakho, but wena awasupport amanye ama-artist. I've seen them ubenzela iposter
ube imvumulo.
Yes.
Yalazi ibhayisekile lakuduma.
Umuntu Miss Classic simdesignele iposter, simsendele sithi na iposter yakho uzobe une-interview ngesikhathi sokuthi okuzobe performa, angeke azayiposte leyo poster leyo. Ufuna ukuthi yena amakhethwe, ngoba yena angazi noma uyi-top star yini kunawo wonke umuntu. Kumele amakhethwe, angazimakhethi yena, angaposti yena kwi-social media yakhe. So it's really amazing, because what is unfortunate is that siya encounter lezi zinto njengoba sikhula as Global Sunday, and mase sesikhetha certain people to work with, and then abanye sesithi hayi lo ne-ego lo ngeke azafithe kwinto kanje. Kuzoqala manje kube ngathi ithina esiyitshelayo, kanti kwi-art usebenza nomuntu ofuna ukusebenza nawo, nomuntu naye ofuna ukufaka leli percent lelo olifakayo nawo. So
no, I just want this discussion because I'm seeing this young star, they're looking up to us, and I want them to stay so that they can learn a lot. This just a small phase that I was talking about as I got emotional is because I'm concerned this young talent we can learn a lot from her, from her stories, from her poems. We can learn a lot from Olwethu Cele. We can learn a lot from abanye Olwethu abasazofika. So let's just keep on watching and lift our heads up, and have faith to each other and never give up. Those are
perfect. Maybe asithathe nje ibreak encane sibone ukuthi somthola yini uOlwethu mhlambe sidlale behind the scenes ye movie yakhe while we trying to get hold of her ngoba kubalekile ukuthi you know akhiphe imniningwane yakhe ukuthi uzotholakala kuphi, and then mhlambe futhi bese sinikeza nje amazwi okugcina kwishow ukuze sizovala kahle quickly nje mengibuya okanye mengibuya ngizothi nje hello babona ukuthi sebejoinile bakweza amazwi Miss Classic lapha bajoyina. Unfortunately akusibona lama artists besikhuluma ngayo futhi ngabahleli nathi nayo sijoyina ake yaba we show previously, but I'll just say hello just to acknowledge nje laba babukayo njengamanje ekhaya, but ke asike sidlale video le ye a trailer behind the scenes from a movie laphayana ka Olwethu ethi Isithembiso sika Mama. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show and see ukuthi siyamthola yini Olwethu. Enjoy.
You are watching Global Sundays.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday here at Botanic Garden to do a photo shoot for a movie. It's Isithembiso sika Mama, so I'm just giving them a touch up to get ready to do the photo shoot. Here we go.
Oh, I'm on top of the world. Easy down. Baby, I'm on top of the world. Easy down. Put on my club and jaga dule. Easy down. I'm feeling high, I'm on my zone. Easy down.
Lami ngunothile isibongo ngwakachili ngidlala indawo kaMantulu kwisithembiso sika Mama. I-photo shoot it went well. Bekumnandi kakhulu. Si-experience nje izinto eziningi. Siya-enjoya kumnandi kakhulu, and le movie izophuma soon. Ngicela niyibuke ngeke nize niyisole.
Sanibonani uchwepheshe lo wakakhumalo. Lapha kwisithembiso Mama ngubaba uMkhize. Isambo. Ngicabanga ukuthi lapha yana kunesifundo esiningi kakhulu. Ikakhulukazi esimini senhlalo esiphila phansi kwayo. Angibingelele. Igama lami ngumuzi wendoda wakadlala. Ngikhule bengibiza ngomabheketwane. Kodwa ke kumanje kune character engiyidlalayo kule movie ethi Isithembiso sika Mama.
Sanibonani, igama lami nguOlwethu Cele, abanye bangazi njengonoma lwemfundo imbongi yamantungu. Ngineminyaka ewu-18, ngifunda eGugulethu Abasha, ngenza ugrade 12 manje. Isithembiso sika Mama imovie ezophuma kungekudala esemele nilindele manje, eyabhalwa yimina unoma lwemfundo, eyadirectwa yimina futhi ngilekelelana nomalume beWalking Entertainment, Busy Bee Media. Saphinde sathola nosizo ku-Black is Goldie, makeup artist yethu. Saphinde sathola nosizo futhi sasponsorishwa ngeyikipa iBlackish. Ezinto banibona nje sili-photoshoot yesithembiso sika Mama, yonke into ready, oMantuli bayashutha, babomdala bayashutha. Sabaweli nje ukuthi iphume, ngiyazi nani nilangazelele guys. So nje ukubhala kwami movie, it was during the COVID-19. I had to do something okubhala kwami ngumbhali. Kahle kahle ngale movie le ngithi ngiqinisekisa ukuthi amazwi omzali ayohleze leso kukhanya empilweni yomuntu. Ngisho ngathiwa izinto obhekana nazo zinzima kangakanani. So ngale movie le ngibuyisa ithemba kwaselelilafile. Laze lafa elikaMthaniya sibhekile. Nithule nithi ngilifa elikaphunga noMageba. Ngiyazi ukuthi mengavuka isithuli sikandaba kusenje ungasuke sinamathambo esidumo. Mina ngibuza umbuzo wodwa. Sewashonaphi lo waZulu wawugabengo uyadela wena usulapha. Yeah, njengoba ngishilo la nomncane just 2 seconds.
All right, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
Cut.
Yes, that was behind the scenes. That was behind the scenes from a movie Isithembiso Sikamama by Olwethu Cele. Unfortunately, Olwethu Cele ngeke sakwazi ukuthi simthole. But we'll drop on my social media accounts just to make sure ukuthi menimdinga nikwazi ukuthi nimthole. It was really amazing to talk to her, and I really wish ukuthi sikhulume no director okanye uncle wakhe asinikeze more information ukuthi if singafuna ukubona imovie mhlambe izophuma kuphi imovie. Ngiyazi ukuthi izophuma nala kwi Global Sun we Diverse TV, and probably sizoke si pusha nakla with the Global Sunday, but I would like to know ukuthi imovie ingasiphume nini, and mhlambe abantu abafuna ukuba in contact naye Olwethu bangamcontacta kanjani, so that you guys who are watching at home can engage with her, and mhlambe nani menifuna part of a project la yenzayo, you guys can join. But quickly let me say hello to people who are watching right now, which is Tristan Anderson. Tristan Anderson, hello to you. Thank you for liking our show. Hello to Temba via Mapaki. Temba via Mapaki, hello to you. Thank you so much. Hello to Yamantungwa. Imbongi Yamantungwa, shout out to you. Hello. Let me say hello again to Mlu Mvelase. Mlu, thank you so much for liking. Please do share, guys, if you're watching. Spepelo Spesh, hello to you, and thank you so much for watching the show. Yeah, quickly let me play a trailer yale movie lena, which is very short, and then I will see ukuthi singayivala yini no Miss Classic show, or I will also check ukuthi singawazini ukuthi sikhulume no uncle mhlawumbe asinikeze imininingwane yokugcina before we close the show. Enjoy. I'll see you when we come back.
You are watching Global Sundays.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza ukuthi kanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini lapho George? Ngifuna nje mzili wami. Uyabazi nomzima bokube intandane.
Mama. Ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu. Asekade lesisifuba sengiphethe. Uphendule ngicela. Asithola ukuthi. Lesi sithi incane ukuthi.
Ngithathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abakhe. Izinto zingahambi kahle.
Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini ubuye ulambathi. Uyabazini ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa kanti nalapho uhamba uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani bonke abasibona. Akubona nini.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're here at Botanic Garden to do a photo shoot for a movie. It's Tembiso Sika Mama, so I'm just giving them a touch-up to get ready to do the photo shoot. Here we go.
Oh, I'm on top of the world. Easy baby, I'm on top of the world. Easy Putang kumakuha menjaga dule. Easy I'm feeling high, I'm on my zone. Easy break it down now.
Sanibonani, igama lami nguNolwethu Cele isibongo ngwakaqhili ngidlala indawo kaMantulu kwisithembiso sikamama. I-photo shoot yeah, it went well. Bekumnandi kakhulu. Si-experience nje izinto eziningi. Siya-enjoya kumnandi kakhulu and le movie izophuma soon. Ngicela niyibuke ngeke nize niyisole.
Sanibonani, uchwepheshe lo wakakhumayo. Lapha kwisithembiso samama ngubaba uMkhize isambo. Ngicabanga ukuthi lapha yana kunesifundo esiningi kakhulu. Ikakhulukazi esimeni senhlalo esiphila phansi kwayo. Angibingelele. Igama lami ngumuzi wendoda wakadlala. Ngikhule bengibuza ngomabheketwane. Kodwa ke kumanje kune-character engiyidlalayo kule movie ethi Isithembiso sikamama.
Sanibonani, igama lami ngu-Olwethu Cele, abanye bangazi njengonoma lwemfundo imbongi yamantungu. Ngineminyaka ewu-18, ngifunda eGugulabasha, ngenza ugrade 12 manje. Isithembiso sikamama imovie ezophuma kungekudala esemele nilindele manje, eyabhalwa yimina, unoma lwemfundo, directwe yimina futhi ngilekelelana nomalume be-Walking Entertainment, Busy Bee Media. Saphinde sathola nosizo ku-Black is Goldie, makeup artist yethu. Saphinde sathola nosizo futhi sasponsorishwa ngeyikipa iBlackish. Njengoba nibona nje siku-photo shoot lesithembiso sikamama, yonke into ready, oMantuli bayashutha, ababomdala bayashutha. Sabaweli nje ukuthi iphume, ngiyazi nani ngilangazelele guys. So nje ukubhala kwami movie, it was during the COVID-19. I had to do something ukubhala kwami ngumbhali. Kahle ngale movie le ngithi ngiqinisekisa ukuthi amazwi omzali ayohleze lesukukhanya empilweni yomuntu. Ngisho ngathiwa izinto obhekana nazo zinzima kangakanani. So ngale movie le ngibuyisa ithemba kwaselelilafile. Ngilaze lafa elikaMthaniya sibhekile. Nithule nithi ngilifa elikaphunga noma Kebo. Ngiyazi ukuthi mengavuka isithula isikandaba kusenje ungasuke sinamathambo esidumbu. Mina ngibuza umbuzo wodwa. Sewashonaphi lo waZulu awugabe ngo uyadela wena usulapha. Yeah, njengoba ngishilo la nomncane just 2 seconds.
All right, beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
Cut.
You are watching Global Sundays.
Oh, smooth records. Yeah, smooth G, the real G. yellow, 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 yellow. She's all my girl, a very pretty girl, my baby girl. Can I be your man? I'm not gonna be that dumb from Guyana you used to date. Me and me gangs, I'm cool and collected, and I know how to treat a lady. Yo, you the reason why it's smooth, Giga. Switch up the flow, never baby girl, Josie girl, Nushaya, ding dong. No, I gotta find out more. I'm gonna buy you the wall. Let's forget about them more. Talking about them. Tonga girl, baby boy, same road, chillin' bobo. Never give a F about it, popo. You and I, Namela, N1, go fella, cow, butcher. Is N1, go fella, cow, butcher. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. Show my Josie, show my Josie. When I'm garum popi, I'm clagging a Josie. Maybe Gago Posey. Fika Kasi Tore to Nyana Daha Boise. Show my Josie. When I'm Dira Koti. Every time when I see your face on my TV screen, I go crazy. Even my whole mind Kakunali Water when I write a song about you, baby. But it's too late. The song is done and it's too late. Smooth G, the real G, and you wanna be a G lady. Maya, Ozo Pola, Ozo Pola, Ozo Pola. Maybe sing a Jola, Jola, Ozo Pola. Maya, Ozo Pola. Maybe sing a Jola. Jola West and Nandini, when the West and Queenie. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. Show my Josie, show my Josie, show my Josie, yeah. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong. I'm Shia, ding dong.
Miss Classic.
Mhm.
Asivaleni sizozama ukuthi si-attache imininingwane if people want to get more information about the movie, about the soundtracks, about anything that has to do with Olwethu, our guest for today. I know sebusuku ngalapho kuyoshawa 12 ebusuku and data yabiza South Africa, so yeah, mhlambe ke isike sisho nje amazwi okugcina ukuvala Miss Classic before sibanikeza awethu ama-social media accounts or platforms. Mhlambe khona ofisa ukuphawula ngakho kwesikuzwile namhlanje from umntwana omncane nezinto eziningi esithintile namhlanje ezibaluleke kakhulu.
Yeah, no, I would like to thank Olwethu all the way from Tuzuma Elindelani Kwamash in Devon. I would like to thank her for being with us. We know the networks and data situation in South Africa. We don't have sponsors. I saw Wishuguba data was given like a funding, how the fundings are released. If you can buy data, because as artists, the government is aware that they are artists, and during lockdown, there's nothing that we can use rather than data. So we so wish and pray for it as a sponsor from our the one that we're gonna elect in these elections as they're taking place. Just to buy 30 rand data and get at least 50 double of that of what we are buying, it will be enough for the artist, because there's no other way we can do our craft except for going to data. Yeah, so anyway, without wasting your time, I would like to appreciate all our viewers today. I assure you, you're still gonna see this show growing, and I would like to see you learning a lot from this TV show that we have from these youngsters such as Abo Olwethu. And what I've learned, I picked up my lines, again. Uthe uma wakhe uyafisa she started with the youngsters ukuthi whatever formula that the parents are giving us, we must use it. We must use it, the motivation that our parents are guiding us with, we must use it as a formula of wisdom, to give us wisdom how to face life and our future as it endeavors. And also izyalo now to our mothers as we're going towards heading August, a month, Women's Month. To just to make sure ukuthi abomama base South Africa and globally, all the mothers of the nations, it's not particularly have to be a mother just because she has a womb. Even there are guys or males that are playing a role of being mothers at home because there are no more parents. So to those parents who are acting a part of being parents and the mothers at home, please take good care of your neighbors. The neighbors are the ones that says the last words when we doing our send off in the funerals. So they know us better. You cannot stay in the area where you don't even have one neighbor who is fond of you. So let's try at least. I know they can be a little bit problematic sometimes, neighbors. You know, when a neighbor is going to ask for inorox, when there is usawot ending, then it becomes a problem. I know. When a neighbor is going to ask for rubies, when you can drink tea without rubies, yeah, bon? So I know there are things like this, but let's try to be lenient with our neighbors and love them unconditionally as they are, you know, because the stranger can open doors for you. And the stranger, which is the neighbor, can be the one who can open doors and who can take care of your kids when we pass from this earth, from this land, and when you go into heaven, if you will go to heaven.
Amazing words, Lapo, Miss Classic. Thank you so much. And if it happens you come across this video and you like to sponsor in terms of it data or something else, we'll definitely take that data layer, you know, those who are really in trouble when we have to interview them, we tell you data. You know, we can contribute that to our artists so interview why so data without rushing, you know, rushing them, you know. Let's see, I think Uncle La usendele voice note. Let me see if I can be able to play that voice note. Let's see if I can be able to connect from WhatsApp and play that voice note, Miss Classic.
All right.
I think it should go here. And then, let's see. Okanye ngizovele ngidlale nje khona la kwi-microphone yami. Mhlambe uzosinikeza ama contact details nemininingwane esidingayo. Do this.
You everyone. We thank you for your time wherever you are across the globe. Thank you for tuning in to listen to Olwethu, the writer of Isithembiso Mama. You can catch her on Facebook as she has already left tonight. She's off to sleep as tomorrow she has a long way to go. She is going to a small town, Olwethu tomorrow. So she has left to sleep because we had technical difficulties towards the end of the interview. So you can catch Olwethu on Facebook as Imbongi Yamantungwa, Olwethu Imbongi Yamantungwa on Facebook to get more information about her movie that is about to be released. You can check our Facebook page. It is We Captured It. We Captured It. You can also follow us, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We Captured It. Also check us on Instagram. We Captured It _ Those are our social handles. When you follow those social handles, you'll get all the information about the development of the movie. The movie is on its final stages. We are about to release it in a near future. Thank you very much. Have a good night in South Africa and enjoy the rest of your day at the US.
This is well said. Thank you so
Powerful.
much, Malu.
Thank you so much, Malume. If you're still watching, thank you so much and for your support yakho. Miss Classic, asike sivale mhlambe ke nawe I would like you to talk about the event yakho ezayo so you can tell people where to be in the upcoming week, and then also give them social media, how they can find tickets and where they can watch and stuff like that. Please go for it, ma'am.
Okay, my last words. Thank you for being with us until this last hour. And our show is a jazz show, but we tell stories through jazz. And the theme of the show, our vision is to do a mental health awareness, since we are going through this level 4 of COVID-19. So it is a visual show. It's online tickets are sold. You can just get your tickets there. The store is Quicket. You can just go online and press the Quicket and get your tickets. It's 100 Rand, and you'll be able to hear us with all the South African divas, especially Devin, telling stories of comfort and of awareness, health awareness, through songs. And we're also paying a tribute to Umama, the late Usbongile Khumalo, and Victor Ntoni as our jazz legends. And also we have we collaborate to this show with features Umamgcina Mhlophe at the opening, and we have Usbongile Mngoma as our guest speaker, and we also have our lovely artist. I'll name the few. We have Uruel San, we have Ulasandra Machola, we have Ushila, the Blue Notes, we have Unikishange, we have Uvumile Mngoma to end our show with a blast. And then we have 2 bands that are playing for us. We have the band that is directed by Umtobisi Mtalane, and we have the band that is directed by Umzamo. And we have vocalist Tusanele Nosfiso Magaye. We are so grateful for them to accept working with us. And we're hoping to get Pastor Mbobese with the dancers as well, of the song that I did with them, which says Sending Bona Nginje at the beginning, just to make sure that you enjoy your visual show while you are at home at the lockdown. So just get to a Quicket online shop and just go press the name of the event. It's Miss Classic and Friends in Jazz. MS Classic and Friends in Jazz, and get your tickets. See you there.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. As you can see, the Nazi event, ngizama ukukhombisa laphayana i-poster. As you can see, artists azobe khona laphayana njengoba mention Miss Classic and Umthala TV. We'd like to say thank you to Umthala TV, who's going to be broadcasting the show, and obviously the Diverse TV is going to be broadcasting the show. As you can see, La Payana, Nanda FM is part of this. We'd like to say thank you to Nanda FM also for stepping in and being part of this show. Guys, as you know, izinto ziyakhula. It's so gonna be possible. It's gonna be fun. To just sit at home and we're still facing a pandemic in South Africa. Just to join in and watch the show. It's gonna be amazing. As you born and just petty line up enzima kakhulu, Miss Classic and friends.
Oh, we nearly left
and
someone
jazz.
very important to the world. Olwethu Cele is one of international opera singers. They will see her very soon if this pandemic is passing a little bit. She's an opera singer. She's staging a show at the Playhouse in August. So we're looking forward to that show. So she's partnering with me in the song Mama Wami, appreciating the mother that gave birth to me, as I can be able to share the songs, the stories in songs. So yeah, Olwethu Cele will be there to sing umsebenzi, the work of Olwethu Cele, our beautiful, handsome composer in South Africa. So yeah, just get a ticket and enjoy the show. We will be having umculo kaMama Sibongile as well, just to to pay respect and tribute to her.
Absolutely. If you are having any issues with purchasing your ticket, you can drop us an email. The interviews at theglobalsunday.com. You can follow us on our social media. You can follow us on Twitter. It's at The Global Sunday. You can follow us on Instagram at The Global Sunday. You can also follow us on YouTube. It is the Global Sunday TV show, or you can go to Diverse TV on YouTube. Also on Facebook, we are the Global Sunday show. Thank you so much, guys. It has been so amazing being with you here, and we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. We love you so much, and have a good weekend. Have a good week. Have a good Sunday if it's a Sunday. Have a good Monday if it's a Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You are watching Global Sundays.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're here at Botanic Garden to do a photo shoot for a movie. It's Thembiso Sika Mama, so I'm just giving them a touch-up to get ready to do the photo shoot. Here we go.
Oh, I'm on top of the world. Easy down. Baby, I'm on top of the world. Easy down. Put on my club and jaga dule. Easy down. I'm feeling high.
Cele isibongo ngwakaqili ngidlala indawo kaMantulu kwisithembiso sika mama. Photo shoot it went well. Bekumnandi kakhulu. Si experience nje izinto eziningi. Siya enjoya kumnandi kakhulu and le movie izophuma soon. Ngicela niyibuke ngeke nize niyisola.
Sanibonani uchwepheshe lo wakakhumayo. Lapha kusithembiso mama ngubaba uMkhize. Isambo. Ngicabanga ukuthi lapha yana kunesifundo esiningi kakhulu. Ikakhulukazi esimeni senhlalo esiphila phansi kwayo. Angibingelele. Igama lami ngumuzi wendoda wakadlala. Ngikhule bengibiza ngomabheketwane. Kodwa ke kumanje kune character engiyidlalayo kule movie ethi Isithembiso sikamama.
Sanibonani, igama lami ngu-Olwethu Cele, abanye bangazi njengonoma lwemfundo imbongi yamantungu. Ngineminyaka ewu-18, ngifunda eGugula Basha, ngenza ugrade 12 manje. Isithembiso sikamama imovie ezophuma kungekudala esemeleni ilindele manje, eyabhalwa yimina, unoma lwemfundo, eyadirectwa yimina futhi ngilekelelana nomalume be-Walking Entertainment, Busy Bee Media. Saphinde sathola nosizo ku-Black is Goldie, makeup artist yethu. Saphinde sathola nosizo futhi sasponsorishwa ngeyikipa iBlackish. Njengoba nibona nje siku-photoshoot lesithembiso sikamama, yonke into ready, omantuli bayashutha, ababomdala bayashutha. Sabaweli nje ukuthi iphume, ngiyazi nani ngilangazelele guys. So nje ukubhala kwami movie, it was during the COVID-19. I had to do something ngokubhala kwami ngumbhali. Kahle kahle ngale movie le ngithi ngiqinisekisa ukuthi amazwi omzali ayohleze lesukukhanya empilweni yomuntu. Ngisho ngathiwa izinto obhekana nazo zinzima kangakanani. So ngale movie le ngibuyisa ithemba kwasebelilahlile. Laze lafa elikaMthaniya sibhekile. Nithule nithi ngilifa elikaphunga noMageba. Ngiyazi ukuthi mengavuka isithule isikandaba kusenje ungasuke sinamathambo esidumo. Mina ngibuza umbuzo wodwa. Sewashonaphi lo waZulu wawugabe ngo uyadela wena usulapha. Yeah, njengoba ngishilo la nomncane just 2 seconds.
All right, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
Cut.
Mina sengabambelela kwesikamama isithembiso. Bengicela ungangibuza usikanjani ngoba wena kawuyazi impilo engiyiphilayo.
Kodwa ngilala nje.
Yini lapha? Ngifuna le mzili wami.
Uyabazi nomzima bokube intandane.
Mama. Ngisacela ubaba uNkulunkulu. Asekade lesi sifuba sengiphethe. Uphinde ungicela. Asithola ukudla. Lesi sithi
Ngithathe lo nayo wena. Letha la.
Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Unyoko base wangena egodini. Ingafuni ukumbona.
Abantu abangibona inkinga nabantu abakhe. Izinto zingahambi kahle. Yasekela lapha esibantu kamawe.
Uyabazi ubuhlungu bokuvuka kusempondo zankomo uyozama ukuya ngasethunjini. Ubuyo lambathi. Uyabazi ubuhlungu bokushingana kweni khulela ukufa. Kanti nalapho uhambo likamabuyazi. Kunzima ukuba intandane.
Khalisani ngoba besibona. Akubona nje.